signal will run for about 40 minutes and will regain that communication once they've flown around the other side of the moon. Even though the crew will be flying behind the their observation period does not stop. They will still be taking pictures and making annotations of what they are seeing. They'll be looking for the limb of the moon, Earth, and then the outer crater, which we previously seen. They'll swap positions at the window before moving into a crew choice option. They will get to pick things that are interesting to them on the surface, take pictures, and explain why they find them that way. They'll also be looking for any impact flashes. These are short lived flashes on the lunar surface caused by impact bombardment.
From our space garbage.
Just before Earthrise, the crew will be looking for lofted lunar dust. This may be lofted just above the lunar surface, and we could only see it just before Earthrise along the dark western limb. Any Earthshine would illuminate potential lofted dust. But once the crew is all the way around the Earth, the brightness of the Earth will wash out any of that dust they might be able to see. These were based on observations from Apollo missions and orbital spacecraft. And so we're very interested to see if the crew might be able to capture some of that lunar dust today.
Sounds like the moon's a dirty place.
Following that lofted lunar dust target, the next will be Earthrise. We will regain communications with the crew shortly after Earthrise. There will be a short observation break period where the moon is not in view. That's because we are also anticipating the crew seeing an eclipse today. The moon won't be in view because the team here in Mission Control Houston will need to change the attitude of the spacecraft and ensure that its solar arrays are gathering light from the sun heading into that eclipse period.
Sounds
So
like
we will
the
have
solar
communication with
the
the crew
ship needs
just
that solar
before we
power
see them.
constantly. Got of systems
However,
on
we
there.
will have views during that eclipse time frame. During that time, the science team is looking to know it will only be illuminated by Earthshine at that point. So they want to know what the whole moon looks like overall. They also want the crew to look into deep space and potentially see if they can spot any planets. Once the eclipse is over, the lunar flyby period will have ended. We are live through the whole thing, and even once flyby is over today, we remain live 24/7 on NASA's YouTube. But
Oh wow, they're there. They're already on the far side of the moon. Wow.
they hear me, I hear they are watching, and it really is so cool. So thanks for passing that on.
pretty cool shit.
This view inside the Orion spacecraft, and it's a little hard to make out, but on the left there, that is Jeremy Hansen just calling down some well wishes to his family, joining us in the viewing room and watching online. Currently in the window are Victor Glover and Christina Cook. They are taking pictures outside of the window as they are now in their flyby observation block. At this time, Reed Wiseman and Jeremy Hansen are serving as support crew members, and they are also going to have an opportunity to enjoy their midday meal at this time.
They rotate their activities.
On the lunch menu
Makes
today
sense.
for Reed Wiseman and Jeremy Hansen, we have vegetarian chili, salmon croquettes, chicken with peanut sauce, sweet and savory kale, pickled beets, chocolate pudding, barbecued beef brisket, spaghetti and meat sauce, Italian vegetables, butternut squash, candy coated chocolates, and maybe even a little bit of coffee.
Coffee for dinner or is it lunch? At lunchtime?
And if you look closely, you can see it looks like they are getting into some of their food for the midday meal. All of the food on the spacecraft is rehydratable. We don't have an option for fresh food as there's not a refrigerated section of the Orion spacecraft. So all of this food can either be rehydrated or eaten straight from the package, just depends on what the food actually is. And for food that needs to be rehydrated, there is information on each package of how much water needs to fill that bag and what temperature it needs to be. We are now 4 days, 23 hours, and 39 minutes, 40 minutes actually, into the flight of Artemis 2, the spacecraft
Are
now
they
going
at the
over
moon early?
4,500 miles
I thought
from
they
the
were
moon.
going to be there on day 6. They're hauling ass. I mean, they're outside of orbit. They're still
We are
technically
now also
orbiting
under 30
the
minutes away
moon.
from loss of signal with the astronauts. We will regain that communication about 40 minutes later.
Yeah,
They
this is
are
freaking
currently
cool.
photographing the moon and documenting what they're
On
seeing
the
while
dark side of the moon.
and we especially look forward to potential Earthset and Earthrise views.
Yeah, that's like in another hour or so. We'll be able to see like the other view, the view of
As you
the
can see
Earth.
on the left side of your screen, we are
Fucking
streaming the solar
cool.
array camera view throughout the flyby. The science team also plans to capture an occasional still photo with the solar array intermittently, perhaps one
That'd be
every 8 to
cool.
10 minutes. Still photos represent the highest resolution
They're,
imagery
they're-
from those GoPro cameras. So, starting 5 minutes before Earthset and loss of signal, the science team will capture a series of photos, one every 30 seconds, to include Earthset, all the way through 5 minutes after Earthrise and
Mhm.
activation of signal.
Using GoPro for a time lapse.
In order to
Good
capture
to
those
know.
frequent photos, the solar array camera that we were streaming will need to switch to time-lapse photo mode. So during this time, the streaming video quality won't be as sharp as you have it right now, but we want to ensure that the science team captures the data that they need during these time frames. And we really look forward to seeing those higher resolution images once they're available. But with the view you are seeing right now, we are sharing bandwidth on the Orion spacecraft with every system that is keeping
Wow.
the spacecraft powered and the crew alive, especially the environmental control and life support system. As this is the first flight with crew, this is also the first flight of a life support system, keeping the crew healthy and safe on the way to the moon and the way home.
This lady's voice is so soothing. You know, travesty could happen and she'll still be relieving. Do, 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 do.
the timeline, we're getting towards the end of the cabin and window team swap period, but it looks like our astronauts Victor Glover and Christina Cook are already photographing the moon outside of those windows.
Cool, cool, cool.
The next target is Ohm Crater. This is something that they had photographed previously during the flyby. This is a small, complex crater with a prominent ray system. As referenced earlier, it's the size of the Eye of the Sahara. The Eye of the Sahara is a feature in Mauritania. Seeing this crater more than once throughout the flyby allows the crew to photograph it at different lighting conditions. Those different lighting conditions help expose different portions of the target and can help the science team learn a little bit more about how it formed and what it is today.
That's where the aliens live, on the dark side. On the dark side. Oh, oh. Dark. It's dark in space. It's they could have put a light in there if they wanted to, but no, that'll mess up with the imaging. There's a light over there. There's one light over there, but I'm certain it isn't. They're just chilling in the dark, looking on a camera like this in the dark up there.
Again, this view inside the spacecraft as the crew continues photographing the moon outside their windows.
Yeah, see, you see them in there.
To allow them to better get photos of the moon
Yep.
and reflections from coming in from the spacecraft.
Yeah, they're just strapped in there, just snapping away. They could take as many photos as the card would hold. They probably would have their own SD card with or SD cards, unlimited friggin' shots, but he's handing the camera to the other. Oh no, he's gonna keep it. He's looking at some of the images. He shouldn't be doing that. Well, I guess why not? He's not interfering with the other people, or something's up with his camera because he's discussing it with the Canadian guy, and he gives him something. Is that a case? I don't know what he gave him. So there is some kind of cabin light, but still, for the most part, the lights are off. I'm surprised they have that cabin light at this point that strong. Wow, look how cool their tablets look. Small too. Love that orange red. It's fucking sick. I also like the background that NASA chose with ABC here.
Targeting Ohm Crater for another 6 minutes or so before they move into a discussion of the limb. The science team has asked for a science sit rep or a situation report during that time, so we hope to hear calls from the crew on what they are observing.
Yeah, I'm certain if they're taking like some intense photographs, they don't want to even talk, you know? I bet if they want to get some like really like something in the nitty-gritty, like very detailed, they're gonna have to hold their breath and just be very, it's almost like shooting.
Today, we did have much more of the moon visible. And even just an
Yeah, it's
hour or so
raining.
ago, we could see about half of the moon. We are now continuing to see more of the far side and that
Yep,
darkness
the
where the
darkness.
moon is not
Is there a moon
detached
there?
from the sun.
Is there a moon on the
From here, we were also able to see some of those darker portions, that old lava flow that we often see on the near side of the moon and that we can all see from Earth. That has mostly gone away. We are now seeing very little of Oriental that's down to the bottom right of the moon. You can see just a small dark portion near the limb.
Ooh. Ooh.
We are now about 18 minutes away from loss of signal with the Orion crew. Again, we use the Deep Space Network to communicate with the crew members when they are this far from Earth. This is the first mission since Apollo when we have had humans on the Deep Space Network.
That's what's on the dark side of the moon. That's killer. That's sick, dude.
As you recently heard Capcom and Jenny Gibbons call to the crew, we expect their closest approach to the moon to be at MET or mission elapsed time of 5 days, 25 minutes, and 34 seconds. At that time, their altitude will be 67 statute miles above the Earth's surface. Just over 2 minutes later, they will reach their maximum distance from Earth at mission elapsed time of 5 minutes,
Whoa, what's that?
5 days, 27 minutes, and 39 seconds.
The hell is that?
The altitude at that time would be
Is that food?
252,756 statute miles.
Look
These
like
are
liquid.
latest numbers, and we'll make sure to verify and confirm those once those milestones have been achieved. Obviously, we will be without communication to the spacecraft at that time. So once we regain communication, we will make sure to find out those numbers and report those to you.
Yeah, they got like a holder for the camera too, and they're shooting it directly to a tablet. See that? It's like a wired connection. So I'm certain they're backing it up on the SD card as well, but they're shooting it directly into that unit, and that's what the other was looking at earlier, in that orange red screen. Some cool ass shit. And this is primarily what the main mission is for them, other than the other experiments physically, is just to be here and taking these photos. 4 years of training to do what they're doing right now, which seems simple. Like, oh, they're just taking, they're yes, they're space tourists, but they're serious tourists. They're explorers. They're doing more than just tourism here. They technically have not are not, the men have gone here before. Is she the first woman to go around the moon? I wonder. First Canadian as well. There are supposedly a lot of milestones, like something 27 records that they're breaking, if not more. Am I off on that? Is it even a lot more than that? But I know that this is a record-breaking mission. 4 years in the making just for these photos. I mean, they're on the dark side of the moon. Look at where they're at, how much the moon is waning. Is it waxing or is it waning? Yeah. Mm.
Checking in on the lunar targeting package, the crew is now in their discussion of the limb, seeing the limb of the moon, that illuminated part. Currently at the windows taking photos and making annotations are Victor Glover and Christina Cook. We are expecting loss of signal in about 13 minutes. We will resume that signal with the crew about 40 minutes later.
Yeah, I actually want to be live for that. That's gonna be sick later on.
Milestone worth
The
mentioning that this day marks the first time in more than 50 years that humans will observe the moon directly, a critical opportunity to practice how lunar science will be conducted during future Artemis missions. I've continued to reference the lunar targeting package throughout this broadcast, which is the primary tool guiding the crew observations, and that consists of two key components. The first of those is the Lunar Geography Review, which helped the astronauts study major lunar features in advance. That also helped them learn to orient themselves during the flyby. The lunar targeting plan provides a detailed timeline of observation targets, background science context, and specific instructions for the picture the crew should take, and verbal descriptions of what will be helpful to the science team reviewing those pictures later. That's what we've been tracking real time and what the crew is using right now to keep up with their next milestones.
Yeah, they're not sharing those photos. They think of all the thousands of photos they take, which technically is the people's property. I don't know how all the legalities of all this stuff works out, you know? Uh, YouTube, dude, YouTube.
Reading Houston, 10 minutes of the LOS will take a snappy sit back from the cabinet if you have one. LOS and also quick rest from the cabin. Jeremy.
Wow, that's cool. They can already see the Earth.
Also, the status of window one looks like there might be a shot. See, that makes a lot of sense to us, Jeremy. I want to remind you, coming up on this element, it will take in blind, and as more and more of the moon is in darkness, we will take any report you have on impact flashes. In the blind.
Wow. So fucking cool. It's totally him. Wow. It's incredible. Fuck. That's so cool. Check out that dark side of the moon. Check out that shit, man. That's crazy. Insane. Right before our eyes. It's disappearing. They're fucking.
Live look at
Wow.
Orion, the moon, and the Earth. Everyone in this picture.
Oh, down there is the Earth. Yeah, I see it. So small. Like the it's in the darkness too. That is insane.
Live view from the Orion spacecraft.
Wow.
Currently aboard Orion, 4 crew members: Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen.
Literally into the
And
dark,
on
people.
all of us, all of humanity. You can see the moon is starting to get a little bit dimmer as
Yep.
oceans are going to pass behind it. Now 6 minutes and 26 seconds away from that loss of signal. Again, we will be out of communication with them for about 40 minutes until they come around the other side of the moon and we can reestablish contact.
Wow. Insane. Why can we I'm surprised our communications falter, that we're not able to communicate, you know, whatever waves that blocks all types of waves.
Minutes from your 40-minute lunar flyby, LOM.
6 minutes.
Privileged to witness you carrying the fire past our greatest reach.
Wow. Wow, that's freaking cool. Yep. It's coming 6 minutes. It's history. Damn. Message from around the moon. Wow, you can see the Earth still. Not the way I imagined it. Wonder how the photos are gonna look. Gonna get some cool fucking photos, man. Because they didn't have advanced cameras like, they had film cameras back then.
Poignant words from NASA astronaut Victor Glover, and a little bit of a love letter from the other side of the moon all the way to Earth. Glover touching on the teachings of Jesus, including to love your neighbor as yourself. We are now less than 3 minutes away from loss of signal with the Orion astronauts. The Artemis 2 crew will be out of signal for about 40 minutes.
God
And
damn,
then on the
Roberto.
other side of the moon, continuing
Drunk.
their work photographing the lunar surface, and they will reemerge, and we will also get this view on the other side.
Yep. I thought it was gonna be sharper, but it's wow, it's changed. You can almost see more of the Earth. Yeah, we ain't gonna hear um or see anything for a while now, for 40 minutes. They're not gonna be able to communicate with us. And I don't know if that we're gonna get even this signal. The signal that we're looking at right now might change. I think she mentioned that it's gonna degrade.
Just a minute and a half
See, there she goes. She's gonna let us know.
communication with the astronauts aboard Orion on the Artemis 2 mission.
Yeah, so this is gonna be the best image or that we're gonna get
6 minutes
of
since
the far side of the moon, which is pretty fucking sick. It looks cool as hell.
for about 40 minutes. And it's a really beautiful view.
Yeah, the crescent
Crescent
moon and a crescent Earth. It's I didn't expect the Earth to see it like a crescent like that. That's insane. Yeah, fuck. And but I mean, we're gonna lose. Unfortunately, oh, there it goes. There it goes for 40 minutes now. That was the last boom right there. That was the last moment they had communication. And now they're going to be on, they're on the dark side of the moon and still probably close to the furthest point. Somebody likes that image. It's a pretty cool image. That's the
30
last.
seconds now until we expect loss of signal.
Oh no, they brought it back up. Yeah, they were having problems. They brought up. Oh, there it goes again. They're going to try to keep connected as long as possible. This is cool. We're able to see this in real time. It's friggin' awesome. Back in the 60s and 70s, it wasn't quite the same. Had to listen to it. Oh, yeah, now they're going to a visualization, right, of where it is.
And we have confirmation of loss of signal of the Orion spacecraft as it flies behind the moon. We
Oh,
have
she's
scheduled
hot too.
communications with them for
She's got a
later
great voice and she's pretty. Oh my God.
this was expected as their spacecraft is now out of direct line of sight with Earth and behind the moon. And this is a poignant moment as it's the first time in over 50 years that we have humans
Wow.
completely unreachable by anyone else on Earth.
Yep.
No matter how distant or secluded, we could reach anyone living on Earth, but while the crew flies behind the moon, it's simply impossible to make contact with them.
Wow. That's
This is a great
crazy.
view inside the science evaluation room here at Johnson Space Center and just down the hall from Mission Control. This team has been monitoring the science or the flyby all day as the team has continued capturing targets on the lunar surface.
Yeah. I mean, imagine the Joey, the photos they're getting right now. It's
You
are
got to see
a
this
challenge,
team in action
right?
as
They
they
have those special professional cameras.
identify some of the features they were seeing on the moon but not
I
expecting.
think I bet
There
there
will
are.
be a couple of milestones during this loss of signal. The first will be when the astronauts make their closest approach of the moon at MET 5 days, 25 minutes, and 34 seconds, when we expect they'll be 4,067 statute miles above the lunar surface. Their maximum Earth altitude will be reached just 2 minutes later at 5 days, 27 minutes, and 39 seconds.
That's
Earth
tomorrow.
altitude should be approximately 252,756 statute miles. Once those milestones are reached and we have confirmation, we will report the official numbers.
Yeah, 40 minutes of nothing. No information, no nothing. Just the astronauts doing living life on the dark side of the moon.
Artemis 2 mission, astronaut voice, images, video, and vital mission data
That's
that
mission
shows
control, dude.
thousands
The
of
MC.
carried on signals from NASA's powerful communications
They do most of
systems.
the shit there at
NASA's
mission control.
Deep Space
If they're
Network.
actually flying it, they really do all everything there. The astronauts are almost like just passengers. You know, their main thing is to
astronauts around the moon, preparing humanity for a long-term lunar presence and future journeys to Mars.
yeah, they're killing time now.
Communication and navigation for this test flight are NASA's Near Space Network and Deep Space
Hopefully they don't take me down. They took down one of my other ones, Joey. I think I'm not certain if they did.
Network.
They take down my space thing. Let me look at my channel.
Seamlessly integrated at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas.
Let me look. Let me look.
Coordinates the network handlers. These transfers represent a delicate dance between the two networks, exchanging support as the
No, they
mission
didn't.
moves toward on the launch pad.
29 views.
NASA's Orion spacecraft and Space Launch System rocket rely on communications and tracking
Right now I got 2 views, Joey.
After its translunar injection burn, Deep Space Network's global array of antennas will serve as Orion's primary communication support.
All good, all good.
As the mission journeys farther into space and away from Earth, signal strength weakens and bandwidth is conserved for crew communications. The astronauts will have a near constant connection to Earth, ensuring their safety on a journey farther into space.
They have lost connection to everything, dude.
Because
That's exactly what's going on, man. They're telling you even in this thing. You don't listen, Joey. Right? Now I'm not going to play it for you, but you can still see it in the images. Right? There's its communication system. They're trying to tell you, oops, see the telemetry, boom, that boom. See how it's beaming something to the Earth? And now it's not going to have that ability to send that signal when it's on the dark side. That's a very important thing we should be listening to, Joey, here.
The mission is gathering images, data, and video, while also generating details about mission health and crew voice
Yep.
events.
Isn't that crazy?
Gets processed here on Earth, or systems compress it for efficiency. In the future, we'll upgrade these systems on Earth so the image and video clarity improve the mission. The Artemis 2 test flight, we're evaluating the
Shit, how much they need to fucking know? They could already map that thing so easily.
journey forward to Mars.
They probably took more photos and have more data this than ever. It's crazy. Hey, Joey, those are your guys right there. Your two fellas, man. They're like, what are you doing later? Did you mess that up? I'm gonna fix it. No, I don't think they're designed even for an emergency landing, although it's maybe possible. They'd be dying anyways if they did that. There would be no way to recover them, and they have limited supplies on there. I think they're
33 minutes until we expect to reach
33 minutes. They come back, Joey.
Dr. Kelsey Young, our
Let's listen to these people.
operations lead here with us. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, she's the operations lead.
This is such an exciting day. Oh, no kidding. It has been so cool to hear you communicating directly with the crew. And I know that
Oh,
you
that's her.
have
She's
been working
stern.
on this for years. So I'm so excited for you and for your team.
She's
So
the boss, though.
just to get into that background a little bit, tell me about your background and what you've been doing on console. My background is as a field geologist. Actually, I studied impact cratering in the field for my PhD. So all these descriptions of impact craters have me just absolutely swooning. How I got into
Crazy.
during my PhD, I got an internship at NASA and ultimately never left to integrate
This woman loves the moon. She loves her rocks.
science
Moon
observation,
rocks.
which this is the first mission we're supporting. We developed the science evaluation room that's right upstairs. And so it's so gratifying to see this operation structure come to fruition, especially on a day like today. I would have to imagine so. And we've got a great view of the science evaluation room right now.
Oh,
Is
it's a
there
science
anything that
evaluation
stood out
room,
to your
Joey.
Absolutely. So as you might have heard in some of the press briefings and content that,
The
we're
sir.
putting out, color and albedo were really exciting targets for us. We've heard several amazing color descriptions so far. Just to highlight maybe one of them, we heard about greenish and brownish hues near Aristarchus, which is actually a feature that we can see here from the near side. And those greenish hues could actually tell us something about the volcanic evolution of that area. So you can bet that the science team is going to be prioritizing downlinking those images and the crew audio that we didn't hear that went into those recordings to learn a little bit more.
Hmm.
It's fascinating. I was hearing those colors.
Yeah, essentially like the main mission, Joey, is going on right now. This is the main shit. This is the shit. We're right. I'm going live. We're right at the right time.
Exciting for you. So what do you
Fucking incredible, dude.
in the upcoming portion of the flyby?
The
Well, the mission
flyby.
is
I'm coming with a
super
flyby. That's
exciting. So right now, as
they don't
we
do a drive-by.
most of the crew
That's
sitting
the
in
that's
their
the fucking
breaks and
craziest
reports,
flyby in history so far, right? The
targets
furthest
to image
flyby.
during this LOS. But when we come out, the first thing, of course, we're going to hear
Ooh.
about is Earthrise. We're really
Yep,
looking forward
Earthrise.
to
Yeah, well,
seeing
that's the shit right
targets and
there.
something that we can connect with, and that Apollo 8 brought us such amazing images from. But then we start to get into describing the Terminator, as well as looking for things like lofted dust, which tell us about the modern lunar environment. Then the vehicle is going to orient away from the moon for an hour and then pivot back for the eclipse observations, which is a whole different set of science observations that we're really looking forward to.
Damn.
So the crew will get a little break in there because they have been hitting it hard today with photos and videos and annotations. What are you hoping that the crew sees coming up? Is it that lunar dust? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that's a hard question to
She
answer.
wants the dust.
Great descriptions. I mean, the Terminator seems to just be like one of their favorite things to look at and describe. So I feel like, that was something we were looking forward to. I feel like we've really got some great descriptions. So absolutely, I'm looking to the human moment of Earthrise. Lofted dust is an exciting one, and lofted dust will be a target for them in the right after, right around the time of Earthrise, but again in the eclipse period. So I'm really looking forward to seeing. I mean, they've already highlighted just in the course of their flyby so far how the moon has changed, and this is going to be an even more
Wow.
dramatic change to go from their end of this kind of lunar illuminated piece of the flyby into the eclipse time frame. And I can tell you they're going to be experiencing a very different moon during that time, and I can't wait to hear what their observations are. Yeah, that's absolutely fascinating, and what a privilege that we get to do that on this mission, because that's not always the case. If we had launched on a different day other than April 1st or 2nd, we wouldn't have gotten to see that eclipse. Is that right? That's correct. April 1st and 2nd. I will say, I was asked a lot in the weeks leading up to the launch, well, what's your favorite day? And my answer truly was there is no bad day to launch to the moon. great science out of it no matter what. But it's a really neat opportunity to, bring the sun into the picture, bring different planetary bodies into the picture while still literally keeping the moon in center stage.
Fascinating. So, what differences are we looking for at each site? We're hearing a lot of different terms. We're looking at craters, we're looking at mare. What are the differences that you're hoping to see?
We do have, as you highlight, kind of different prompts for each target. That's what they're looking at in their lunar targeting plan, which I know you've been showing. And we have even different prompts for the person with the really long lens on the camera versus
Mm.
the person with the naked eye. And you talk about, oh my goodness, when I go from one to the other, I can really detect different nuances. And that's something that we experienced in simulations, but hearing them actually, see it for real has been really gratifying. But looking for different things based on the target. Sometimes we're looking for color, sometimes we're looking for texture. For the Terminator, we're looking at kind of what texture and morphologies pop out to you and what kind of diversity you see along the Terminator. You've heard, Victor especially make some comments about future impacts for exploration. So already I think that their descriptions in this first part of the flyby have told us something scientifically, but also about
Yeah, they're seeing some fucking minerals. They're seeing some fucking moon rocks.
He was imagining in his mind's eye being down on the surface and walking around. That was very cool to hear. And when we're thinking about targets, I know some of them are determined based on the launch day because that determines the lunar illumination.
Lunar gold is what they're looking at.
How and why were these selected?
Hey, look at that dude. He's bringing his lunch in. Oh, casually. He's just bringing it. He was just bringing in his lunch. He's over here at NASA and shit with the fucking, yeah, bringing in his bag from bought from, his Chinese and shit. Oh, that was hilarious. He's like, yep, lunar landing today. Brought my Peking duck. Then I'm gonna chow down and watch this land. Help them fucking take these photos. Oh man, dude.
Straight on, and that tells you something different.
Oh, he got the Portillos.
Drove the target being on the target.
He did. He walked in with, and he put his drink. Had to go to the other camera. He put his drink on his desk. He was about to get comfortable. Just another day in the office. I can't believe that's true. Holy shit, man, that's so cool. Oh my god. See the robotic operation. That's the future. They're going to be doing a lot more robots. The robots are going to land next time.
Have really been instrumental in getting
He's
future missions.
Yeah, it's a union. Yeah, it's true.
Experience the crew observations.
Well, if you're going to eat, now's the time to do it. There's absolutely no information that they've gotten some, but it can wait. He's probably it's probably his lunchtime. It's true.
And their science sit reps say
because it's like 40 minutes, and then they got to work for the next couple hours, and they probably work so long. These guys probably work long hours too.
Right there is not something we had the ability to do with the Apollo missions, and it allows just literally in the blink of an eye to synthesize observations.
They didn't go back to that room because if they do, they'll show him he's just eating. I need him to go back. I want to see him eating, man. Come on. Boo. I want to see the lunch guy. I want to see the lunch guy. Come on, bother the lunch guy. He's gonna go viral, I hope. I watch. I hope. He's over there eating lunch during the fucking lunar fucking thing. No, that's not the room. He was in a different area. See here, they're talking, they're having meetings and shit.
Hours, and that's going to contain really meaty science information that we haven't heard live yet, and that's going to form the basis of my conversation with them tomorrow morning, where we're going to have a really deep dive into the science and absolutely nerd out about what they were able to do today. One of the most gratifying things for me today is hearing multiple crew members say, thank you for putting the discussion times in the targeting plan, because when we have had the ability to put
I want to show them that they're all having speeches now and stuff.
And I'm looking forward to
it wasn't in the SIR, it was in the other room.
And then us actually being able to really truly have an elevated science discourse tomorrow.
looking forward to it too, and I cannot wait to hear everything.
No, they're not gonna show that room again, man. Damn it.
And just everything.
I bet somebody caught that. Somebody caught it. Get that guy off the camera.
Thanks for having me. It's such an exciting day.
That, I'm telling you, it's gonna be.
Acquisition of signal.
No, it wasn't in that room either.
As a reminder, the Orion spacecraft has
See? They're not.
side of the moon.
Wait, that guy's eating over there. See, he's snacking. He's snacking. See? He is. He's snacking too. If you're gonna eat, now's the time to do it. Yeah, he's snacking. There, he's got a soda. But it wasn't as good as the other guy. Oh man, that was so classic, man. Yeah, he's done with his lunch. He's going to get some water. He's gonna go get some water, take a piss. Man, that was so funny, dude. That was so funny. You know, I can find it here. I could play it. Let me see if I could find it. Oh wait,
Got a great view of the science evaluation room.
no. Let me see if I can find it.
To here. And we're thinking about targets. I know some of them are determined based on the launch day because that determines the lunar. And that's going to contain really meat.
No. Ooh, it was in this room. Oh,
Here's a
God.
clue. As the mission shoots toward the moon. On the launch journey, also
Was it in this room that he came in?
Artemis, such an exciting day. Oh no, just the few and the science evaluation that we
I gotta find the guy.
and here. And we're
Did I?
targets on the surface and walking around. That was very cool to hear. And we're thinking about targets. I know some of them are looking at today. This really.
Oh, there he is. There he is. There he. He's got some oranges.
Selected.
The way he looks, he's so happy. He's so happy, dude. There he is. He's like, yeah, I'm coming in. We're on the moon, baby. Look, he's coming from outside. He's coming from out there. Oh, he's like, get on my way. You see, he got the. Oh my God. You look at, he's coming from the lady gets in his way. Watch. All right, here's the ball guy. He's coming in, and the ladies, he's coming in already. He's like, gotta get to my desk. Okay, get out of my way. Come on, I gotta eat. And there's a bag. He's got what has he got? It like a salad. He's so happy. Look at him. He is so happy. Oh my God. Time for lunch. Oh my God. Time for lunch. Oh my God. Oh my God. Time for lunch. Oh shit, man. Yeah. There, there he is coming in. Coming in. Coming in hot. Hey, I got 30 minutes for my meal. Gotta eat. Coming in hot. Look at. I'm hungry. He's totally smiling, dude. He's totally smiling me. Oh man. Oh my God. That's so funny, dude.
and walking around. That was very cool to hear.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes, we're on the moon. I got some food coming. All right. Hey, why you my way, lady? Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I got to get to my desk. La-da-dee, we're at the moon. Oh, yes. Yummy, yummy. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, dude. So fucking funny, dude.
Each other just a short walk away from the SLS Engineering Support Center, which is used during launch. And the
Oh, that was so
communications where
funny.
science on the International Space Station is monitored. Luca primarily supports Artemis science operations, while Lisa teams in Aluka will use the facility to support first of its kind science operations to better understand the deep space effects of microgravity and
Yeah, they're on the backside of the moon, Joey. They're like at the near the furthest point they're going to be in the mission. That's what makes this thing really cool.
Future crewed flights to the moon.
That's what makes this whole like this moment really right now fucking cool. They're on, imagine being on the dark side of the moon, Joey. So few people have been there. You know, like you're a handful of people have been on the dark side of the moon. And none of them with the cameras that they got, these like $10,000 fucking cameras and great lenses and you see the special tablets that they have. The cameras themselves are special. They had to like, I don't think it was a tether. I think it was plugged directly into um the tablet, right? So it was saving images instantly to that tablet. Man, it's time for lunch, you know. The pilots were eating a little bit earlier too. Eating on the dark side of the moon. Crazy.
We now expect to regain communications with the astronauts aboard Orion in about 17 minutes.
Wow, 17 minutes. It went time flies. They're going that thing's going fast. Initially it was going to be 40 minutes.
Miles are testing the capabilities of the Orion capsule. Artemis 2 visualization lead Ernie Wright has simulated views of the flyby using detailed topographic maps.
Look, they already have a simulation.
Lighting scenarios. The Artemis 2 crew members have been using these visualizations to prepare for this historic mission, which is paving the way for future exploration of the moon's surface and beyond.
That's right.
So the most exciting thing to me about Artemis 2 is just the return to the moon. We haven't been there in 50 years. Human eyes are going to see parts of the moon that haven't been seen by anyone before. It also recommits us to exploring the solar system in a way that we haven't in a long time. And I think it provides an opportunity for younger generations to understand the excitement of doing that kind of exploration. Artemis is our return to the moon after 50 years. The emphasis of Artemis is going to be.
He's definitely getting written up. No, I think Joey, I think that's their lunchtime. You saw that other guy who was in the room. Oh, check this out, Joey.
Stepping stone to Mars and other destinations in the solar system eventually. Artemis 2 will be a flyby mission. It's not going
Fly
to be.
by.
We're testing all of the technology that we've created for flying to the moon since Apollo. A lot of systems have been modernized. We need to make sure that all of those work. The astronauts will be looking out the window at parts of the moon that have never been seen by human eyes before. They will be flying by the moon at an altitude that's much higher than Apollo's orbits. So they will see the entire disk of the moon, including areas that are closer to both the North and South Pole that astronauts from Apollo never saw. All of that depends on the lighting, which we really won't know until launch day, but we can practice with different lighting scenarios. It's hard for people to sort of picture that in their mind. If you can make a visualization of it, show them the movie, that helps everybody choose the targets and also practice aiming at those targets. The astronauts have actually been looking at these visualizations through the lens of the camera and practicing aiming at the various targets. This is a map of the surface of the moon, obviously, but it shows what the Apollo astronauts could see in sunlight while they were in orbit. The brighter parts are the parts that they could see. The darker parts, like this entire area here and places that are farther north and south, are places that they couldn't see in sunlight, either because it was nighttime there or because it was beyond the horizon of the astronauts. All of the Apollo flights orbited the moon at a distance of about 110 kilometers. Because the astronauts were flying at such a low altitude, their horizon was actually quite close, and they could
Yeah,
see the north and
minimal.
south poles. And this whole area over here was not in sunlight at the time. And it includes this amazing impact feature here called Oriental. Oriental is a very large impact
Damn,
feature.
yeah.
It's about 650 kilometers wide. It's got multiple
Yeah, look at that.
rings. These are rings that form like ripples in a pond from the impact, but of course, it's on a huge scale. The middle of Oriental has that sort of dark basalt lava covering it, like the dark spots that we see on the near side. It's one of the biggest ones that's more on the far side than near. So seeing it with human eyes and sort of picking out features that maybe you don't even see in robotic cameras is an important goal for the mission.
I bet the simulation is going to be pretty damn close to what they see. But we're going to get a fresh photo, right? They're going to get an updated photo. All this just to take a photo of the moon.
Evaluation
A little
here at
photography
Aremis
trip.
Houston, Texas, just down the hall from where we're at. It's
Space
the Artemis
tourism,
mission.
space tourists.
Teams continuing to monitor this flight.
Let's train 4 years to take this photo. We need you to take this photo here, Joey. All you got to do is hold the camera right. What if you break the camera? You can't actually, you drop it, it can't damage it. You have to like really destroy it. Because you have to put it on a tether, it'll float away. You let go of the camera, it'll just float.
Reach of the Deep Space Network. Right now, they are imaging or attempting to image lofted lunar.
And I bet they modified their cameras as well, that they're a lot more durable than something you would buy off the shelf, you know, at a store.
We also spoke to the crew about what the moon means to them and how they see its place in human history.
The flyby. The moon. Reed Weissman, the commander.
A little kid lying in bed at night and just looking out at the moon and whatever.
Oh, we know what he was doing in bed.
My friends that live like 20 miles away, they can probably look out and see it. And then when I was in the Navy and I would look out at the moon and I'd be halfway around the planet, I would think, man, my brother
Definitely getting written up.
he's
The lunch guy. Doo-doo-doo. That was so funny, dude. Doo-doo-doo. I'm the lunch guy. You know. Doo-doo-doo. Oh man, he fucking I got this girl. Oh, I love this fried rice. He was in there. He was up in there. He was gonna grub.
It's like I got 40 minutes to get my grub on.
Read out their own evolution, and there's something beautiful about that.
I've also learned from my indigenous mentors that they refer to the moon as grandmother moon. So you've probably heard of Mother Earth, they use grandmother moon because grandmother moon is responsible for the water in their community. The grandmothers, sort of protect the water source, just like the moon moves the water around the planet, affects the tides. It's something that represents something different for each individual culture around the planet. And that's really neat because we all share that same moon in the night sky. We all have seen the same side of the moon in different lighting conditions our whole lives. And so it seems very familiar to us, but it's also kind of unknown. When we get up close, some of the imagery that we'll get to describe and to share with people will be very unique. And that nature, both of those things being true about this one entity that we all know, just is really special.
It's just the epitome of a symbol of both something that's in each of our hearts, but this also represents exploration and reaching.
You can't be written up for taking lunch. You're supposed to take lunch. Let's see if somebody else is eating, Joey. Let's see. No, they're drinking. They're sipping. Yeah, they finished lunch.
Mission controller here at
That's mission control.
in Houston, Texas. We are
They're all
currently
drinking though. They're all having little
to the
little
Artemis
juices
2.
and water.
This was a planned, or and not really a planned, but a tracked loss of signal that occurs when it
Ugh.
flies behind the moon. We use
They're on the dark side of the moon.
crew, and when they are
See you on the dark side of the moon.
stop communications during the time in which we live, this is even more striking.
Houston.
These two crew, they're only currently
The planet
communicating
Houston.
with each other. And we expect to regain those communications in under 9 minutes from now. And we also are hopeful for a view of Earthrise. Despite being out of communication, the crew is continuously capturing imagery of their predetermined lunar targets.
Yeah, that's how the like they're what they're I don't well maybe it's what they see. Cool shit. What is that right there? 2314. They got 2314. The 6th. 2314. It's not 2314. That's 11:14 in the evening. That can't be the case. They are 6,500, almost 6,600 kilometers from the Earth. I wish ABC would take off that fucking live thing so I could read the other data there. I think it's 12 minutes left, and they call it, what is it called there? The Perisithion? The Perisithion?
Now, about 7 minutes, 25 seconds until we anticipate regaining communications with the Artemis 2 crew aboard Orion. In the meantime, Artemis 2 lunar science deputy lead Marie Henderson is trained these astronauts to capture and document their views of the lunar surface.
Ah, they're professional photographers now.
I cannot wait to hear their voices when they get to the far side of the moon and I can hear them talk about seeing the moon out their window. I try to imagine it now and just I tear up thinking about it. Ooh,
Wow. A lot of women fucking in charge of this shit. Trump ain't gonna like that. Neither is fucking
They are going to be able to observe
Keg breath. Pete Keg's breath.
look through their camera and snap
These
pictures.
nerds. He's gonna be like these nerds. We got to get other, you know.
But during Apollo, the astronauts were so much closer to the lunar surface. Our astronauts are going to be doing a flight
Far.
altitude, so they're going to be able to see the whole moon as a lunar disk on the lunar far side. That's a brand new, unique perspective that humans haven't been able to look at before. We are doing a lot of lunar geography training with them. They have study sessions and quizzes they can do.
Yeah.
To them. You know, even if you're an astronaut, you still get homework. We actually get in the mock-up. In that enclosed physical space, we have to think through the hardware that they have, the cameras, the computers, their microphones to make these observations. There's 4 windows up front. Through one of those windows, one of our astronauts will be using a Nikon D5 camera with an 80 to 400 millimeter lens. So something that allows them to zoom in really far and actually take more detailed observations of the surface. It's almost like looking through a pair of binoculars as well. It's just like being a geologist out in the field. They're telling us what they're seeing, looking for colors, textures, different morphologies, and comparing the region that we're having them look at to the regions that are around them. We have a science team that is planning the target.
Yeah, it's almost more geography, geology. I'm sorry, the rock finding than anything else, which is sad. So no, they should still have a biologist there just in case.
That's like going to places that were safer landing sites, and they only saw so little, 300 hours total. And so we have so much more to explore and so much more to learn. And we are the beginning of the next generation that gets to start being a part of these discoveries.
Yeah, but we're gonna send robots to do that shit. Although, I don't know. We're getting. Oh, look at another lunch. She's having her lunch, Joey. There's another. She's right there, the lady. She's got. Oh, and another lady's got her lunch over there too. See, it's lunchtime, bro. They got their Tupperware. They'll use the plastic Tupperware. They don't use the glass. There's two people there having lunch. Another lady's snacking. You see her? She's got a little snack. She's got a little fruit pack or something there. Yeah, look at her. She's got a red Tupperware there. She's done. Yep. Is getting close, and nope, she's gonna throw it away. Oh no, I think they probably gave them that food in that room, like because there's a snack table there. You see that? They have all the snacks there, Joey. You see that? That's what I thought that they would have. So they know this is their last chance. So this is planned. So that's why that lunch guy was all he was all lucky. He had no, he came in with he's like, fuck that freebie packed lunch shit. I got the Chinese from up the street. Time for my Chinese. He was walking like it was like he had the Uber the 4-star Uber Eat meal, you know. I heard of this place on Uber Eats. It's new. Oh my God. It's supposed to be fire. Oh my God. He's over there. He's sharing photos of his food instead of the moon. Yeah, you see that there's two, they're all eating over there. I mean, there's like two ladies eating over there.
This is the SIR, the Science Evaluation Room. It's in the same building and just down the hall. It's a multidisciplinary science team supporting the Artemis 2 crew in real time, including experts in lunar geology, impact cratering,
Yeah.
volcanism, polar science, imaging, and visualization.
Yeah, it's all
The SIR
um
here,
topographical, nothing bio orientated at all. Because the moon is dead. There's no life on it.
But additionally, the Science Operations Room is a back room that processes data, evaluates imagery, and supports rapid analysis. We also have our science officer, Kelsey Young, here on console today. She's serving as the primary interface between the science team and the flight controllers, ensuring science priorities are represented during mission execution.
Yeah, I think they should have a biologist there still. I get it. It's a fucking dead, it's a rock. It's a dead fucking moon. But what happens if there's light, you know, they find something, you know, on one of the rocks. They say there's a take a photo, you know. I guess they could do that at home. They don't need a but it's still in the room. In this room there should be a biologist. I'm certain there is. There's gotta be. Flyby.
As we discussed earlier,
Paparazzi. They're like, that's what they are. They're moon paparazzi.
and this is the
Their job is just to take photos of the moon.
during which the crew will be observing.
Lunch guy? That's the best. I want a shirt with lunch guy. Joey, pick a shirt, lunch guy. Every man deserves lunch, no matter, you know, he's a working guy. He's got to have his lunch. Can't, you know, the union, you know, got to give him his 30-minute lunch. It don't matter if you work for NASA or whatever. You still get your lunch. Don't matter if people are going around the moon. Man's got to eat. You know, he's got a right to eat. Can't interfere with that shit. Even if history's happening, he's got to have his low main. You know, and better not forget that fucking egg roll. Psh, forget that egg roll. That dude's fucking putting in a real bad review. You don't want to fucking get a bad review from somebody at NASA, man. That fucking create some kind of bot. Like it'll make it into like 1 million bad reviews. Oh, you better not forget that egg roll. Or his sauces, boy. You better make sure he had enough mustard and sweet and sour, boy, because that dude will kill you. This is a meal of his life right here. He's like, yo, this is the last meal before I fucking gotta bring in bring around the fucking capsule. I'm talking to fucking, astronauts here. Oh man, that's my favorite, one of my favorite moments in life right there, buddy, man. That dude walking in, he came in like He came in like it was lunchtime. Like it was lunchtime.
Again, we are standing by to
All right, they
approach
finished up they finished up lunch now. He's probably in the toilet right now. He's like, oh, gotta make because every day after he eats lunch, he's got to go hit the toilet. Oh, here we go. They're back. Wait, you can't see the moon. You could only see Earth. That is trippy. You see that? That's Earth, and you don't see the moon. The moon is too dark. That is some trippy ass shit, man. Wow, they all use these tablets and screens and computers. I'm curious about what those tablets have. You see them on the corner of every station, and each user actually has one.
We're in the Artemis Mission Control Room at Johnson Space Center, getting our preliminary contact with Orion. That acquisition of signal coming after a 40-minute loss of signal, during which the crew was flying behind the moon, out of contact with anyone on Earth.
I mean, he almost pushed that lady out of the way. He's like, "Get out of my way! Get out of my way! I gotta eat lunch." That lady was in his way and shit. Everybody's in my way when I'm walking in for my lunch. He had to dodge people and shit. He had to juke people to try to get to his desk. He did. He juked them. Oh man, he like, yo, it's lunchtime. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. They should call a union rep, file a grievance.
After the loss of signal,
Wow.
Orion has come back around the other side of the moon, and that little crescent that
Is
you see
Earth.
is Earth, over 252,000 miles away.
Wow. Did you hear that, Joey?
With this transit complete, lunar flyby continues, but Orion has also technically begun its journey home.
Yep. It's going home.
Right now, the crew are getting a few moments to enjoy and take photos of Earthrise for themselves, and we expect to contact them shortly. But we do have good signal coming from Orion.
Joey, it's crazy that YouTube doesn't send me anybody, bro. Anybody. You know? It's crazy, bro. Like there'll be people like doing stupid, random, dumb shit, and they're like have 50 people with them. We're having something cool. We could have a discussion of stuff,
Astronauts now back on the other side of the
watching
moon,
something cool, and nope.
contact with us on Earth. Their tasks for lunar flyby did not stop as they went behind the moon and out in contact with us. We anticipate during that time they were attempting to image some impact flashes, short-lived flashes on the lunar surface, which would be caused by impact bombardment.
There's only 2,000 people watching this broadcast right now, Joey. I mean, the ABC one. Isn't that horrible? Only 2,000 people are watching. Maybe but on C-SPAN, I don't know how many are on C-SPAN.
It's about an hour long, actually.
Yeah, baby. 5 by 5. Here, loud and clear. Wow, look at that.
Integrity, focus, a single system, fragile and interconnected. We copy. Those of us that can are looking back.
Yep, we're looking back. Yep, you heard that, Joey? And we can, and there's not enough. There's not enough people watching this stuff. Yeah, that was her speech. They're all getting a moment. They all get their moment to say something. Like the captain when they were disappearing, and now her. So the other dude came in at one point. So I think they've all taken their turn. No, we haven't heard from the black dude. The black dude. He sounds so racist when he says that. That's why I don't get any views. Maybe it's because I'm wearing the Nike Blue Elite.
Those first communications back with
Elite. He's an elitist.
Christina calling back to what she said just before translunar injection burn. That with this burn, we do not leave Earth, we choose it. The translunar injection.
Oh, they're gonna do the burn?
Put them on this trajectory to fly around.
Are you serious? This is insane, dude.
To splashing down in the Pacific Ocean on flight day 10.
They're gonna do the burn in a couple seconds here. That shit is sick, dude. They gotta take these photos fast then. Yep, because they need the gravitational pull. They need to actually like ignite and whiplash, whip themselves around that moon. Yep, at this point, pretty close. Holy shit, we're gonna watch it all.
During an observation break. We expect this.
Joey, but this is the like main part of the mission. This is so cool.
Busy day taking pictures.
Beyond busy day. This is the day.
Making audio recording.
The mission's done after that. They just have to survive after that point.
The moon.
We got all the data. We got the data. The astronauts are expendable.
Is also partially due to the fact that we will be entering an eclipse later. This will be the first solar eclipse that humans have seen from the moon.
That's insane.
Eclipse glasses for the first 2 minutes until the sun is completely covered by the moon.
That's insane. That they're able to see that is just amazing.
Communications with them during that eclipse time frame. Because of that eclipse, Orion's attitude must be changed right now so that its solar arrays are in the sun. This will help it charge the batteries needed to.
Yeah, they need constant battery charging, right? Oh, see, it's doing it right now.
This view on your screen is a visualization. The spacecraft now 4,224 miles away from the moon, and that will now continue to grow, while the number of distance from Earth, 252,699 miles, will continue to shrink all the way until our crew is back home.
It's happening now. It's happening now. What's happening now, now, now? Now, now, now. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. It's happening now. Oh, 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 oh. Should I put the bot better in space? Boat better in space.
Mission elapsed time 5 days and 58 minutes.
Wow, it's
Artemis 2. We have reestablished communications with the crew and the Orion spacecraft, now entering a little bit of a break. while they are out of visibility, or the moon is out of their visibility. The spacecraft will be reoriented to view the moon ahead of an upcoming eclipse. This current attitude maneuver helps charge the solar arrays and batteries aboard Orion that will power them through the eclipse.
Yeah, the power requirements on this vessel is a problem. They seem to like they need that constant solar charge. I mean, what's up with the batteries? I mean, maybe just all the systems that they're using and sending back requires that much. All the computers. That's like a mini data center, basically, right? Yeah, you got to have a lot of power to run it. Gonna have a lot of power to run that thing. It needs that that is a problem. That's a problem they need to fix, right? Those batteries, the battery quality, its ability to charge the solar panels, all that is a bit still a big problem. There's a company. There's an idea for you people. If you want to get into fucking
Houston, in mission control, all of your flight controllers and your flight director have flipped their Artemis 2 passes around. We are earthbound and ready to bring you home.
earthbound now, baby. Earthbound and down. Is that the lunch guy? Is that lunch guy? I think that's lunch guy right there, Joey. Look at he's picking his teeth. He's picking his teeth. That's lunch guy. That's lunch guy. He's picking his teeth. That's him. He's picking it, but it doesn't look like that was his desk. But it was a different camera. Oh man, look at his man. Yeah, that Peking duck was yummy. That's him. It's gotta be him. Oh man, I wonder. Oh, it's gotta be. Oh, Joey, you missed it. You missed it. You missed him. I caught him again. He was licking his chops. Oh, that Peking duck. Oh, he was over there fucking licking his chops. Fucking picking. Oh, he picked my teeth. Oh, man, that's too funny, dude. Here's the visualization. Oh, isn't that cool? I don't mind the visualization. And they're going to see some kind of a eclipse. Oh, too funny, man. It was him. It was that guy. I'm telling you. Telling you, it was that guy. Too funny. Oh,
Special moment just now in mission control ahead of the crew's flight to Kennedy Space Center, and during one of their last sims or simulations here, they visited the mission control team in Artemis Mission Control in Houston and brought us each a patch. Everyone in the flight control room has had these
which they stole.
their signifiers
They
as
stole this design.
on one side of the patch that you
It's a
probably
Stargate
see
patch.
with the Earth behind it. Now that we've passed behind the moon and we
I
are
want that
returning
patch though.
home, the flight control team has instructed everyone in the room to switch their patch around so that the Earth is closer and the moon is behind us. We are really looking forward to seeing the Artemis 2 crew. And the Capcom Jenny Gibbons did call that update up to the crew that the flight control team here
They stole that design. It's a Stargate patch. Stargate Atlantis.
and we are counting down the days until they
She's hot though.
they are now
My
5 days,
God.
She is a beautiful woman.
last time into the Artemis
I
2
love her voice. Oh my God. I could listen to her forever. But I bet there's a moment where you're not gonna want to hear her. Even her. I'd be willing to try to listen to her crazy, but even her crazy will get me out of there. But man, love her voice. Love her hair, love her skin. Yep, that lady pushes all the buttons, presses all the buttons, pushes all the buttons. The sensors are going overload. Sensory overload. Help me, Will Wheaton. Help me, Will Wheaton. Sensory overload. You don't you don't believe this stuff, dude? Come on. You use our tools, right? You use tools to work, don't you? How do you think they came up with them? Actually, use very basic tools. But the stuff all the stuff that yeah, if you think like the tools, think okay, the tools that you use, Western Mass, most of them are probably discovered and basically at the beginning of time almost, right? So think of like that same discovery of ability to think of a saw, something as simple as a saw, right? Or an axe. Think how long it took a human to get from uh, a stone or a rock to think of putting it on a stick to use it as an axe. How long do you even think that took? You know, it started as a rock in the hand, right? And then it went to a rock on a stick. And then it went to finally an axe. And all that took fucking hundreds of years of intellectual, like human development. and then we're finally, you know, we learn fast, right? We're really good. And the technology that we're utilizing to do this is all real. It's not fake. It's all real technology. It's all very, very, very simple technology, in fact. They're still using like just basic digital camera. Like think of even previously. You just have to be willing to sit on top of a giant missile, right, in the beginning, and then now trust your physics, right? That there is outer space, that the world isn't flat. You got to trust that there is space, and there is indeed space. And then now just make sure that you come down in a trajectory that doesn't melt your capsule, like your giant. You're in basically a little submarine. We all live in a little submarine. But yeah, Western Mass, this is all real shit, man. This is all real. There's nothing fake about this shit. And we're doing it for greedy reasons. We're going there to pilfer rocks. We got a job for you, Western Mass. There's just a flyby, dude. We got a job for you, though. You're gonna be one of the space miners, Western Mass. You or one of your kids are gonna be the moon miners, making money for someone else's fucking the same greedy bastards over here that are making money. That's all this thing's about. We're gonna fucking start fucking mining and fucking terraforming and excavating fucking the moon, which could be dangerous. That's why they want to see that moon dust too. You already know what that moon's in what's in that moon dust.
Day that you get a new discipline incorporated.
Dude, it's another chick.
So it's been such a significant milestone for us, and it's just a testament to like the commitment that the Flight Operations Directorate and NASA.
She's got a nice voice too.
Integrating science and maximizing science throughout Artemis, so it's really exciting. And then the science preparation. Yeah, so I'm on the operations team, but
yeah, it starts with science and then it turns right into like put the fucking mining facility there. Oh, they're getting ready for the rocks. They're just doing the planning right now. This is all the testing and planning, Western Mass.
Simulations, right? We were part of all of it, and that is.
Oh, they're gonna pick up some rocks. Believe me, they're already fucking salivating. They're fucking drooling at the rocks that they've seen. All these geologists, these people here, they fucking are loving life. They've seen the images already.
So I would like to know a little bit about how you have developed procedures for this crew. What kind of science activities are they carrying out inside the spacecraft? Yeah, so the procedure development has been a unique challenge. I would say the exploration science that we're doing is inherently pretty flexible, and operations is, I'd say, inherently has more structure and rigidity. And so to marry the two and to operationalize the science that we want to get done has been a challenge. But it's, I think we've been able to go through these processes and create good products at the end and have a good plan. And yeah, it's been really great. What was the second part of your question? Just what kind of these science activities that they're performing, um, which of those have you really had a hand in? Yeah, so a lot of the procedures help organize what the crew is doing in the cabin. And I know we've talked a lot about
Yeah, they got
what they
rigid, like little
do,
activities.
so I can re-explain what some of those things that they're doing. So the observation blocks are about an hour long, and the crew is organized. The four crew members are organized into two pairs of two: the window team and the cabin team. And the lunar targeting package that you've been showing up, and what we've that the crew have on their handheld tablets, is really the
The
instructions for the window
tablets.
team. So the window team, the two crew members are looking out the window. One has the camera with the long lens. One has they're just looking out the window with their unaided eye, and they're taking these detailed observations. And then halfway in that observation block, they do the window team position swap. So that's what what Capcom's been calling out, and they'll switch positions. So each crew member has a chance to have that long lens, and then that's just what the window team is doing. There's also the cabin team where they also have duties that they're doing. We're asking a lot of the crew in this time. And then the cabin team, they have the interior camera, and they're taking images inside the cabin. They're also supporting the window team, where, you've heard some call outs where looking out at the bright moon and then looking inside the dark cabin and looking at their LED screen is a lot. So the cabin team is also helping support, target, and guide the window team into
Oh, we
specific
all
areas
know
of
they
the
fucking
cabin.
have
They're also
prerequisite
helping
areas they
with
fucking need to
situation.
photograph.
So they're looking out a different window and listening
Where's that go?
to
Where's
what
that moon
who
gold?
are
We
really
need that
down in that
moon gold.
science on the window team are doing, and they're giving us insight. And those recordings that the window team is doing are going to be uplinked or
They're
downlinked
looking
over to
for specific
and they're
ores,
helping
and
they're helping
water.
doing a lot.
Yeah,
And they've been making sure
they
that
already they got it.
flexible
Whatever they're after, they're gonna get. You know, Western Mass, this shit ain't phony, bro. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. It's just like straight up like out of Star Trek sci-fi, but it's real. They're gonna get whatever, and it was always a tale that, that we would terraform, like have a moon base and fucking start mining the moon, and I might see it in my lifetime.
The plan.
And I think I get to see it in my lifetime if I survive. Yeah, I will see it because that's what they're going to be doing. They say, "Oh, it's just for geological purposes." Oh, okay, whatever, buddy. We were running out of one of the items that is essential for space travel here, helium. Like the Earth has a limited amount of helium, and we're running out of it. They're fucking gonna look for that over there.
We should do it.
They look for gases. They're hoping in these craters there's all kinds of shit. They're hoping. They're hoping for the gases too.
Head up, three forward length elements in place of the flight director conference.
There ain't no life on fucking the moon, maybe, but there's definitely minerals and ores and fucking maybe even gas. I don't know, man. Fucking around with the moon. They might we fucking our shit up. They're gonna fuck that shit up too.
First of all, read for your toilet maintenance. It is a certain toilet maintenance where you do not have to do the oxone change. That portion of the procedure is canceled. Victor, you have an HHT stop activity on your timeline. We need you to perform that as scheduled for bandwidth reasons. Question of the flyby, in particular the eclipse, we want to remind you that you can take off the eclipse glasses when the sun sets and you are simply looking at the corona. And then finally, for the D5 with the long or zoom lens, which is the solar corona, we want to remind you that when you are capturing Earth time, you will likely have to adjust the exposure. That's all I have for you. Let me know if you have anything for
Oh, they have pre-already settings for. They have even in the cameras. They got pre-settings for all the fucking images. They, beep beep. They already know what They could look at the camera. They're not even, you know, they're not. They can have a robot do all this shit. This is for us. This is to justify, and it's good. I think it's great. But even for most of this, we don't need humans to do most of this stuff. It's great that we have it, but we don't need humans to do any of this science. And it's an added expense that I think it's great, but
we will be receiving their communications and data during that time frame.
we could have easily found out if there's significant errors already with the robot. They need this to sell the program, and it's working. I hope so.
It works pretty well. So you're gonna do the plan how you expect it to be, and then once we finalize that plan, we'll give it to a completely new group of people and have them practice it and then they'll be like, these steps don't make sense, and we'll reiterate on it over and over. And then we'll take it to a higher fidelity environment like the Orion mockup, and we'll do the same thing because that volume is smaller, the window placement, their seating, what things have we forgotten with this addition of this environment. And then once we reiterate on that, we'll take it then, we'll give it to the crew and have them execute off of it during mission simulations. That's the highest fidelity that we can do before we send it to space. So this is the first time we've had to do this because we're a brand new console. And it just sparks so many neurons of like, how are we going to do this for service missions and integrate this in so many different ways? So excited to have kicked off this process, but there's so much more to come. Fascinating. And I think it was really well thought out too, because each crew member gets an opportunity to do each task. And so you're getting different perspectives and different insights from each crew member, maybe even about the same target, but something that one person sees could be completely different than something another person notices. So we also know that Artemis 2 has traveled. They're now on their way home, but they traveled farther from the moon than the Apollo missions did. So what makes that vantage point scientifically interesting? Yeah, observations are so fundamental in the scientific.
Oop, lost something. Whoa. I don't know why that is the case. Whoa. Whoa. No, we don't want to. I don't want to use that, dudes. Let me use C-SPAN or NASA. What happened?
I wanted listeners to know we actually are hosting in person.
Oh, fuck. What happened here?
Scales and these different perspectives are so important. So this zoomed out kind of far view is this full lunar disk view. It's the full lunar, on Earth we see the full lunar disk as well, but now we're able to see it on the far side, and we're able to see it all at the same time, which enables the astronauts to compare very quickly to different parts of the surface. And the color, particularly, is very compelling because you can just be able to very quickly compare from three different regions. Is it in the same family? Is this actually a little bit different? Compare that to what they see in their orbital data that they have access to on their portable computers, and really just be able to tease out that nuance and information. Yeah, we heard them make a lot of those connections today, and especially the color. We talked with Kelsey about this a little bit, just how exciting it was to hear the browns and greens and things like that. I cannot wait to see those pictures. So, one last question. We are coming up on the last lunar observation block, and this is when we are going into a solar eclipse. So, can you tell me what you're interested in the crew learning during that time frame? Yeah. So the data set So yes, there's so many things. How to pick one. So I'd say the thing that I'm most interested in seeing is some of their annotations that they're taking. So in this opportunity, it's a very dynamic type of experience in that we don't normally see this activity, and so being able to have crew observe the solar corona and then also annotate it in their on their portable computing device is just such a unique thing that humans can give to missions, and also particularly being able to annotate what they're observing while they're talking about it is also unique to. Being able to have astronauts in orbit as well, because we won't be able to have annotations on the lunar surface because the astronauts will be in suits. They're going to be collecting samples, they're going to be deploying instruments, and so personally, I'm really excited to see some of these annotations and to see how that develops over time, because you've heard a lot of descriptions, and I think when people are describing something that's unique and different, you can interpret it differently. But if you're drawing and you're marking, particularly just going back to like the color provinces, for example, and those boundaries, you know exactly what they meant. And really, I'm just very excited about those annotations. There's been some famous annotations that the Apollo crew have made, particularly about solar coronas and the structures that have and lofted dust that have given a lot of debate within the scientific community of they're observing this phenomenon, and now it's our job to hypothesize of like why are they observing this, like um, what is going on. So I think that's just a really cool part of exploration and science, and this beautiful thing that we're about to do. Well, now you've got me excited about the annotations too. I mean, I've been excited about the pictures and the audio, but now don't sleep on the annotations. I am very excited to see these little sketches that they're able to draw out, and we have pictures that they can just draw right on. It's like this particular thing is different than what we've seen, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited too. Angela Garcia, thank you so much for joining us today, and have a great time tonight on console. Thank you, and you've been doing a great job, and it's so excited to see where we go from here. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know which mic is actually working right now. I guess it's the computer. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, we get to see the eclipse coming up here. The Orion spacecraft. She's chomping away too. It's lunchtime. Yeah, they're measuring all their calorie burn, everything. They're important too. Yeah, they got the cameras directly already into, they're wired up.
You have 3 minutes until we go into a forward link LOS. We'll be back up with you in about an hour during the eclipse on Madrid.
Oh, maybe I should go and get a drink right now while they might be an hour for the eclipse. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be out for a moment. I'm gonna leave this live just so that it keeps going live. I think technically I can. They haven't shut me down yet anyways. I'm gonna head to the store. Yevers. Head to the store. Yeah, leave that live. Yeah, there's no problem with that. Oh. Oh, that's a ship.
2 is making that noise. You know what? I'll just pause the stream, right? I could just pause it. Let me see if I can pause it.
We're live in Artemis Mission Control at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. This is a live view from the Orion spacecraft with our
I'll leave
Artemis
it live.
crew inside. That's Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen. We are still live for our lunar flyby coverage. The crew is in a short break while the spacecraft is pivoted away from the moon. We are going to be going into a solar eclipse. This is the first time anyone has ever seen a solar eclipse from the moon. So it's going to be a unique vantage point for our crew. But ahead of heading into that solar eclipse, we need to charge the batteries on the Orion spacecraft. Therefore, we have positioned the solar arrays into the sunlight to allow time for those batteries to charge. We will get back pointed at the moon just in time for that solar eclipse. We are also in a forward link LOS. What that means is essentially we cannot send calls or commands to the crew right now from the ground. However, we clearly get all of their data and communications. The spacecraft is now 4,632 miles away from the moon, and that number will only continue to grow as the distance from Earth shrinks, now 252,523 miles away. Our closest approach to the moon today was approximately 4,067 statute miles in altitude. Our maximum distance from the Earth is suspected to be 252,756 statute miles. Both of those moments came while Orion was flying in their loss of signal time frame behind the moon. The crew also set that new record today, beating the Apollo 13 record of distance from Earth. This is an animation or a visualization that you can track anytime, day or night, by visiting nasa.gov/track Artemis. This shows you how the spacecraft is positioned as well as their distance and velocity, now traveling 930 miles per hour. During this break in their time today, the crew is working on a couple of other tasks. Some of those include their National Geographic timeline test. National Geographic was selected through a competitive process by NASA to help tell the story of Artemis 2. So you've seen the crew with some GoPros inside the cabin, taking videos and pictures, and with other cameras as well. National Geographic plans to leverage its portfolio of media assets, including magazines, social and digital content, and television programming for engagement opportunities. Throughout the flight, the crew has been timelined a little bit each day to film from a shot list provided by National Geographic, and that includes their morning routine, talking with their families, exercising, and just their overall thoughts about the mission. And I cannot wait to see that footage. Teams on the ground reporting that the spacecraft is looking good and that the power aboard is good as well, all setting us up in a proper position before eclipse.
Marathon stream. All right, we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
The crew is in a little break during our flyby coverage for today. They will resume their flyby momentarily in about 30 minutes once they get into their observations during that solar eclipse. Now, the moon is our nearest celestial neighbor, orbiting Earth at less than 250,000 miles on average. When our astronauts venture there for future Artemis missions, they'll target landing sites near the lunar South Pole. There, ancient rocks, minerals, and trapped water ice will not only provide resources for human explorers, but they may also contain clues to the formation and evolution of our planet and the solar system. Let's learn more about the lunar South Pole with this video featuring Dr. Kelsey Young, Artemis Science Flight Operations Lead.
We learned a lot from the Apollo samples, but we still have a lot left to learn about the moon. The Apollo missions visited only a pretty narrow swath of the moon. All the missions were concentrated near the near side equator. Really interesting and really critical insights were unlocked with the Apollo samples, but we have so many questions still to answer about the moon and the evolution of the moon.
And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together back to the moon and beyond.
NASA's Artemis missions are NASA's plan to send people to the surface of the moon. We'll be sending people and roving assets and scientific equipment to, among other things, answer a lot of really compelling science questions. Scientists have a lot to learn about the moon. It's our nearest celestial neighbor here to Earth. So what the moon has experienced, we've experienced, except here on Earth, we have things like plate tectonics, oceans, forests, people that erase the rock record. Whereas on the moon, that whole record of our planet's history, of the moon's history, is just kind of waiting there at the surface for us to explore. The South Pole, which is where Artemis missions are going to target, is specifically interesting for a couple key reasons. We think there are volatiles at the South Pole of the moon that are not present near the equator. Things like water and water ice that are trapped in the lunar regolith, which basically just means lunar soil, that can easily become untrapped from that lunar regolith, and scientists can scoop up and study for return to Earth. The lunar South Pole is a really exciting scientific target, and it also comes with some challenges for operating. For example, the lighting environment will change drastically within the course of one mission and even over sometimes the course of one spacewalk. So preparing the crew members, preparing the hardware that we're sending to the moon, and preparing the mission control teams is really, really important. The South Pole Aitken Basin is particularly exciting. We think it's one of the oldest and largest impact basins in the solar system. And if we can get the right rock from the South Pole Aitken Basin and bring it back to our labs here on Earth, we can use that sample to constrain the entire evolution of our solar system and really understand the timing of how the moon and our planet and the entire solar system evolved.
You're looking at a live view aboard the Orion spacecraft of the Artemis 2 crew, working in the middle of one of their breaks, or really their only break today during this lunar flyby period. Coming up next will be that solar eclipse. Throughout the Artemis 2 mission, and of course throughout today, you've likely heard the crew being called with the name Integrity. The Artemis 2 crew members named their Orion spacecraft Integrity during a news conference September 24th, 2025. The name Integrity embodies the foundation of trust, respect, candor, and humility across the crew and the many engineers, technicians, scientists, planners, and dreamers required for mission success. They said this name is also a nod to the extensive integrated effort from the more than 300,000 spacecraft components to the thousands of people across the world that must come together to venture to the moon and back, inspire the world, and set the course for a long-term presence at the moon. The crew also said that integrity is rooted in a shared core value of NASA, the agency's astronaut office, and the CSA, the Canadian Space Agency. We are 5 days, 1 hour, and 38 minutes mission elapsed time into Artemis 2. In this view on the screen, you can see the crew starting to even look through some photos that they may have captured today. We really look forward to sharing these photos with you as soon as we possibly can. And the best way to keep up with those is to follow NASA on social media. You can do so at NASA, and for this mission specifically, at NASA Artemis. Again, we are in a forward link LOS, or forward link loss of signal with the crew, meaning that we're not able to communicate or send any commands to them right now as they were. This is a tracked event that occurs at times, but they could still provide communications down here to us. And we are obviously still receiving their video and their data.
All right, people. It was lunchtime. Lunchtime. What's for lunch, man? What do you think the guy had in the bag? Oh, what's your guess? What's your guess for what he had in the bag? He was happy. He walked up in there with his lunch. Houston, what's good for lunch? I see you got a nice bag there.
And the blind hyper DPAO activities on our east timeline are on BCD1, a folder imagery for downlink, and then high priority by imagery for downlink, and then flyby for PAO, and then high priority PAO.
Aluminum cans for money, man. You know? That's what you get. Where's my union rep? I got to be having my lunch. You know, I got to be having my lunch. You know, I like the blue rather than the. It's crazy how like the camera looks pretty good with this background, and I don't mind this, you know? I don't mind the lighting. Like, I don't need to add any lighting. More comfortable this way, actually streaming this way, in fact, with just the lighting from the computer, right? Where's my union rep? My lunch was cut short and they gave it to me late.
You heard Reed Wiseman, commander of the Artemis 2 mission aboard Orion, make a call in the blind. This means he knows we cannot call back, and that he knows we may not receive his call. However, we have good communications with the spacecraft. They just cannot hear from us right now due to a forward link loss of signal. Again, we were
Hello,
talking that this would occur.
FLS.
We will regain that momentarily. But that call that came down from Wiseman mentioned some imagery, so we are very much looking forward to getting pictures taken from the moon today. Again, to see those images, make sure you follow NASA on our social media at NASA and at NASA Artemis.
You know, after this shift, I'm gonna need my union rep. My lunch got cut short. People in my way trying to get into my desk area. I should have a clear path to my desk at lunchtime. Every minute counts. We're NASA, right? We got to get it down. Oh shit, man. I can laugh that shit forever, dude. I'm not la da 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 da. Fucking Earth's gonna end. Yo, I hope my takeout is yummy. I just heard of this place. I hope the shawarma's good. This place makes the best burritos. He had something in there, had some weight. You look at the bag, it was like bag was full. He had lunch, he had enough food in there for two people. Whatever he had, it wasn't just, he ordered it special for the event. It's a big day, it's a big day. It's a big day. You gotta order a fucking big, good, great meal. Let's see. Should I go back and see our boy? Joey sent me a photo of the guy. Let's here. I'll bring it here. Give me a second here. I have it on the phone. It's too easy to grab it, I think. Here, give me a moment.
The view on your screen right now is an animation. This is called Arrow, or Artemis Real-Time Orbit website. You can visit this for yourself at nasa.gov/track Artemis. And you can watch as we continue to grow closer to Earth and farther away from the moon. It's all seemed to happen so fast so far. And we're coming up on splashdown now in 3 days, 23 minutes, and 23 hours and 31 minutes.
All right. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's a pretty high pitched. Oh, I'm blasting my phone. I want to blast my phone. Oh, actually, no, we're not blasting my phone. You guys can't see my phone. I could see it. Okay, so now I'm gonna like this. We're gonna add image. We're gonna put the lunch guy in the moon. Boom. Okay. Where's lunch guy? Oh, there's lunch guy. There he is. Lunch guy. Lunch guy. Mazalito. Lunch guy. There he is. Lunch guy. There's our boy. There's our guy. You don't see him in action. Like, to get to this point was already a battle. He battled to get to this point with his lunch. He had to meet everybody. He had to get security clearance. Dude, it was this was his movie right here. There should be a movie just about this guy getting his lunch. They should have it in a movie. I'm telling you, look at this guy. Damn, he got it. He got his lunch though. He got his lunch. But I think didn't I say he should be suing. They cut his lunch short, man. And maybe he gets a per diem. Maybe they did pay for it. Because surely it's NASA, they should be paying for his lunch, right? Or not. Can't leave. This guy had some takeout. He had some takeout while the fucking lunar capsule Orion was circling the moon. Smart man. He was like, fuck those sandwiches they're giving us for free. I got me some lo mein, chicken lo mein, and 3 egg rolls in here. Like I said, he's got weight. See how it's weighted down? He got lunch. That thing is not light. He got a portion in there. They did not chimp him out. Wherever he went to, they got good portions. We got to find out. We got to find out this restaurant. This restaurant needs to go viral. They need to find out what restaurant this guy's ordering from, because it's got to be fire. Look at him. Look at how he looks active. He looks like he's about to, like, dude, I'm getting my grub on.
This is Artemis Mission Control.
He does.
We are in a forward link LOS.
All right, we're good now.
Able to send commands
we're still
communications to them right now. However, they could send them to us, and we do get spacecraft data. This is tracked as we are on the Deep Space Network. This is the network that we use to communicate with the spacecraft now that we are so far from Earth, over 252,000 miles. We are still in our lunar flyby coverage. The crew still have a very important and very exciting.
Hey, Western Mass, you missed this guy. Look at this guy. He's on camera right now.
The moon.
We're going to see the eclipse.
Do so.
Wow, this is going to be insane, dude. But this guy was here earlier. They had like a little break, and this dude had his. Look at that takeout he's got. That man's got some grub. I want to know where that. He's got some barbecue. If he's got some sushi, what has he got? And it's got his weight. He's got some meat in there. I think it's barbecue. No, maybe not barbecue, but he was so happy. Look at him. He's coming in with his lunch. Oh my God. Joey captured it. It's so fucking funny. He's in Mission Control Center doing like the most important of one of the most important events of human history, and this motherfucker is like bringing in his takeout. Oh my God, how cool is that motherfucker, dude? Yo, I gotta have my lunch. Don't you be fucking. My lunch hour is at fucking 4:30, and it's 4:30. Oh man, that is too fucking funny. Oh, what watch should I be wearing? I should be wearing a chronograph for sure.
Solar storms from the moment they erupt, modeling their paths, anticipating their impacts, and leading the research that the world's industries rely on. NASA's space weather research and modeling is driven by the needs of society and enables critical decision-making that equips pilots to reroute around high radiation areas, farmers to adjust GPS-based precision planting and harvesting plans, and power grid operators.
I'm gonna put on my Citizen glue dial. I don't know if you guys could see it really well.
NASA provides 24/7 space weather monitoring.
Yeah, I bought this for myself for my birthday, and it was a good purchase. And contrary to what these people think,
Solar
Don't let
storage,
anybody tell you this is a great watch, man. But don't let anybody tell you that like
a farmer,
a
consumer,
value watch, like a watch, like I paid
a satellite
under
controller,
$200 for this
GPS
watch,
user, space weather, impacts,
just about $200, like $180. It initially retailed for $500 or $550 at the place that I bought it from, and it's got this beautiful dial. I didn't want another blue watch. You know, I have blue watches. There are parts of this watch that I didn't like, but I've been wearing it. It feels really nice on the wrist. All the functions don't work as good. I could tell there's a cheaper, that's probably why it didn't sell. There's a cheaper chronographic movement in this watch, but the dial is sick. You know, look at the dial. Look at the blue. And that looks black and it's dark, which is killer too. I don't mind that shit. No, it looks blue. But yeah, so dig in this watch. Um and it's America blue. So we got blue for America and NASA. See how the blues in NASA?
When you watch one on Earth, and the moon and the sun appear about the same size in the sky. We're interested to learn if they see the outer corona when the sun is fully obscured by the moon. And because of how big the moon will be from their perspective, the total phase of the eclipse will last nearly an hour. The astronauts will see a partial solar eclipse as the moon covers and uncovers the sun, which is before and after totality. So, much like us on Earth, they will have eclipse glasses so they can safely view that portion. The astronauts will also be using cameras to capture images of the corona during the eclipse. There also may be some other planets visible during the eclipse, including Venus, Saturn, Mars, and Mercury.
Wow.
Identify what part of the sky
Imagine a shot if they get that shot.
Artemis astronauts on what part of the sky they're seeing. This provides useful knowledge in
No,
interpreting
that's 1 in a million shot if they could get them all.
instruments for navigation and orientation.
So fucking yummy. Yeah, the high pitch, that's from the signal. Um, it is very annoying, but there's nothing I could do about it.
Confirmation from teams here in the ground that we have reached the eclipse attitude, meaning Orion is in the proper position to observe it.
Wow. But we're not seeing what they're seeing though.
The astronauts' break during this observation period is now over, and we are resuming their lunar flyby observations. The first of these is sunset. This is the solar corona that we'll be looking for. It's the outer atmosphere of the sun. The science team is also interested in if the astronauts can see polar plumes. These are thin streamers that project from the sun's north and south poles. Additionally, they're interested in seeing if the crew can witness coronal loops. These are arcs close to the sun's surface. And something else that we've previously mentioned is lunar dust. This is dust from the moon that is lofted above the lunar surface and illuminated by the sun.
Wow.
Visible by Apollo astronauts.
So what do you mean recorded visible? Did they take a photo of it or they spoke of it? That'd be sick. I don't think they have a photo of it, or else we would have seen it. Oh. Oh, almost need my earmuffs for this fucking telecast, you know? That's much better. Jesus Christ. This thing says it's coming in through my Yeti, which isn't the case. I'm not gonna fuck with the sound right now, or whatever it is. But wow, here that stuff is
You're getting a live look from Orion as the crew
oh
observes the solar
wow.
eclipse from the moon.
Insane.
And this solar eclipse is only visible to the crew on the spacecraft. It's not visible to anybody on Earth. The science team is interested in several different targets for them during this time frame. And we're personally looking forward to getting those images as well.
Wow, insane.
Again, during the beginning portion of this eclipse, the astronauts will need to use eclipse glasses, just like we do from Earth, to safely view it. Once the moon has completely covered the sun, they'll be able to take off those glasses for almost an hour. Totality on Earth during a solar eclipse lasts only a couple of minutes. So this opportunity gives them a chance to look out into deep space and to look into see if there are other planets nearby. What you're seeing right now is the solar corona. That's the outer atmosphere of the sun. And the science team is very interested in any images that the crew can capture of this. They're hoping that they'll take pictures and describe the visibility, color, and shape of the solar corona as a whole and its substructures, those plumes and streamers.
Yeah, it's the lunar eclipse right there. Crazy. They're looking for the dust.
Corona is still visible and for almost about the entire moon. When you get to the other side, the Earth count is already gone. I mean, almost 3 seconds after that kind of moon. You can see the Earth time. The Earth is so bright out here, and the moon is just hanging in front of us. This black orb out in front of us. Now, black with the gray that planets are into the black, the stars and the planets behind it. And,
Wow.
window one, I use a window two with the long lens, and Jeremy is describing it in window three, and it was quite an impressive sight. You can still see the horizon window where the sun set on that side of the moon is bright, and Earth time is very light, and it's quite impressive cool. Really,
He said he called it an illusion. He checked himself. He said, well, that's going to create some controversy. I wonder what he's referring to. Obviously, some kind of like reflection. Like we're maybe not seeing the Earth itself per se. Like there's something in the corona of the moon. And it's like that must be incredible to see. Even that, even if it's like this weird reflection of Earth. That's some insane shit, guys. What he just said is something very important, and it's about physics. The difference between the image and the actual um, object. He just should have said we're seeing reflection, and that's even more incredible if he explained it that way. And I think that's what he meant to say. I could be wrong. I'm not a fucking astronaut. They got a cheap fucking goddamn Citizen watch. It's just sick. This watch, it's fucking grown on me. Grown on me, man. This watch. Fucking sick.
Again, you're looking at a live view from the Orion spacecraft on the Artemis 2 mission. Orion is now 252,125 miles away from us all on Earth. We're here in the Artemis mission control room in Houston, Texas. And what you had just before we lost that view quickly was the corona of the sun peeking around the moon as the astronauts are entering a solar eclipse for this portion of the lunar flyby.
They definitely saw the dust. If it was there, they saw it.
Over 5,500 statute miles from the moon. That closest approach today was just about 4,067 statute miles away. Teams in the room beginning to get a little busier and filter in and out as we are stepping through a handover. The Orbit 1 team is handing over to Orbit 2, who will continue monitoring lunar flyby and all
See?
systems aboard the Orion spacecraft.
Joey, the guy, he got his lunch. He got a late lunch. Man, he going to talk to his union rep, man. He got a late lunch, man. Or is he getting some OT? I bet he's getting some OT. You know what I mean? If it's a big day, they got to keep him there. He's going to get some OT. That's why he got the good meal. That's why he had the good meal come ordered in, because he knew he was going to be staying there for a long ass shift, like 16 hours. They're going to keep him there for like 16. You know it. They can. They're going to keep him there. You know? He better, so he had to, there was a lot in that bag. Maybe there's some snack. He ordered two main dishes, maybe three sandwiches. He ordered three. It's possible, man. That bag was heavy, bro. But he held it fine, man. He held that shit up. He held it level too. I think it was Chinese, but because he had some weight in there, like some fried rice and some, some other like Peking duck or some, Mongolian beef. Oh, look at this way this guy's walking through. Oh man, he got that pimp walk. Yo, I work for NASA. They all look bored. Yeah, there's some boring shit here. What time you get off? I don't get off for another 4 hours. Gotta fucking monitor some rocks. Look at some images. Oh man, let me do some science over here. It's time for my science. Let me get my science face on. Let me get my science. No, you gotta get my science face on. Look at these guys do not have their science faces on. Looking at these people, look at that dude. He's walking like all right. I want my lunch guy. I want my lunch guy back.
Last few views of the solar corona as
Wow.
the moon begins to take center stage and completely cover the sun. If you see that bright dot up near the top left of your screen, we think right now that may be a part of the spacecraft, but we'll be sure
Oh,
to
interesting.
correct that if we end up figuring out later that it is something else entirely.
Wow, so it's pitch dark. That is crazy, man. And they're still picking shit up on the cameras there. That's what we see in the camera that we're looking at, which is a GoPro, which is I have one right here. It's not anything like it's a 4K camera, right? And that's what we're looking at there. Oh my god, it has been oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you guys nuts? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
I'm Leah Cheshire Mustachio, and I'm excited now to hand over.
Oh, Leia.
around in the windows, and we
Man, look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, it is amazing.
there's still be uh, still brighter, and you still have just very
Staring into the abyss. Gazing into the abyss. It's gazing, staring. What were the actual Germanic wording to that?
You know our rules that we don't talk when the crew is talking, so wanted to give Victor Glover a moment there to call down what he was seeing now that the moon is
Oh, yeah, you better know the rules.
Really amazing time during today's
Oh, we want an amazing time. You better know the rules.
letting us help tell this
Oh
story.
man, her fucking jewelry is beautiful. She's got this like meteorite star on gold. Woo.
As the Orbit 2 team comes to join us. So thank you so much, and I hope you all enjoy tonight. Anna, you can take it away. Thank you so much, Leanne. It's been a joy listening to your coverage over the last several hours. So as you
Oh wait, it's another one.
the 2 team of flight controllers is currently
Two, yes.
on console.
Yes, a double team.
With the Orbit 1 team.
Those two are a great team.
The Orbit 2 team tonight will be led by Flight Director Diane.
I'm telling you, overtime.
Currently handing over
Overtime OT. They're all ready for OT. Look at their backpacks.
Flight
These
Director
people came with snacks and ready for OT. Think about it. Who else does their job?
Currently on board the Orion spacecraft. It continues to observe the eclipse that they are witnessing. There's about 43 minutes remaining in that eclipse period.
Capcom. Yeah, everybody's getting OT today. Was that the dude pimping earlier? Is he on his phone? He is not on his phone. He cannot be allowed on his phone. He is not on his phone. You can't be on your phone on a fucking goddamn secure area like this. If he's on his phone, I'm fucking calling him out. We're gonna fucking find out who this guy is. Security fucking threat. Oh, they hit the tablet. See, she's fucking with that tablet. That tablet's like their central hub, like their fucking hive. The brain. That's the AI. That fucking tablet is the fucking AI right there, controlling everything. We're not in control of this mission. It's AI already. And there's a central fucking program that's fucking constantly recreating itself.
Control. You are currently seeing a live view of the solar array wing cameras on the Orion spacecraft. We spoke with our science team, and they did determine that that dot in the distance is Venus.
Whoa, that's cool. Yeah, that would be what we would see if I recall correctly. That's cool. You got it.
can feel it. I can feel it. Yeah, I'm not printing. See, I'm not printing. Oh, there's a fart for you. I'm definitely farting.
Let's see. You just update the camera settings for shine. Are challenging. What we're seeing is we're just not picking up on the cameras and for all of these things
Oh,
we saw earlier is your weakness when is it was unreal. You can see the surface of the moon. Like, I guess early on, you can actually see a majority of the moon. It is the strangest looking that you can see so much on the surface.
what? That was very confusing. Do we all hear that correctly? The fuck are you saying, dude? Don't be so cryptic.
This is Artemis Mission Control. You were just hearing some communications called down from NASA astronaut Victor Glover, currently on board the Orion spacecraft. They are currently observing an eclipse. There's about 39 minutes remaining in that eclipse period. Currently, we are in a forward link LOS or loss of signal, so the crew can communicate down with.
Seen 2 meters high.
Wow.
So we are in a forward link loss of signal. We do expect to regain signal in about 3 minutes. And at that point, then the ground can communicate back up to the crew on board the Orion spacecraft. In the meantime, the crew can continue to communicate down to the ground. The ground is just unable to respond. So they are continuing to provide some science observations during this eclipse period. They made some comments about Earth shine, which is the sunlight reflected from Earth when they come around towards the moon's near side late in this flyby window.
Looks like they're stagnant, but they're still traveling like at 20,000 miles per hour or something like that.
I went silent there. I almost fell asleep like a Donald Trump. I'm an old man. I'm old. I might fall asleep too. Pass out just listening to the high that I could pass out to that high pitched sound is amazing because it really does annoy the fucking crap out of me. Right? But that's actually from C-SPAN. Call always it being this way. Did I shorten it on my shit?
Maybe in the blind low around the moon, make them a little more, not so much distinct, just where the sun sets on the moon's horizon.
Like I'm seeing a simulation though. Yeah, we're why aren't they showing us what they could show us? This is bullshit. Well, why can't we see it? Like
We have that reps loud and clear, and we are back with you.
bullshit. You know what I mean? We should be able to see this stuff. I think they're holding out on us. What is it that they don't want us to see all this? What things?
Thanks for your report. Integrity science. We were loving your science that rests in the blind, and it should come as no surprise that we have a number of follow-up questions. First, you mentioned observing meteors. Can you speak to that? Or are you referring to comets or impact flashes or something else?
Now, be specific.
We have seen 3 impact flashes so far. Saw 2 and Jeremy has seen 1. Undoubtedly, Jeremy saw 2, but 4 total. Undoubtedly, impact flashes. It was like lit off of went from the thrusters or it was definitely impact flashes on the moon. Jeremy just saw another one.
I literally just looked over at the star and they were jumping up and down literally. If you could describe where on the moon you saw them, please.
Where on the moon is on them, please?
So they've all been either on or a bit south of the equator.
That's insane. He's saying he witnessed like fucking touchdown of
South of the equator, a little bit left.
insane.
Read and reminder, we have citizen scientists here looking for impact flashes. So here you saw them on the near side, means that people saw them too.
I don't understand that. Like she was questioning that he didn't see him. Motherfucker's on the fucking moon. They should have systems that could see all that shit. We should be able to see what he sees. They got the GoPros pointed in the wrong direction or something then. And they could have a robot. All these cameras could be better on the outside. They don't even need it to be inside the. Oh, actually, yeah, they have to be inside the capsule. But
Able to call back up to the crew on board the Orion spacecraft as they continue their lunar flyby. Specifically, they are now in that eclipse period. So the science team here in Mission Control was able to ask some questions about some of the situational reports they were providing during that loss of signal. Specifically, they were interested in some of the meteors that they mentioned seen and those impact flashes, and they did provide confirmation that they did see at least 4 impact flashes during that loss of signal.
wow.
And I hear you loud and clear. How do you hear me?
glowing behind the entire room. Our big space that the sun is lighting up the entire room, and then you can see the entire even though the sun is far behind us, you can see like a little bit of the around the entire limb, the smoke go around it. And lower in the moon, once your eyes are now to easily around the entire moon.
Wow. That's insane.
Incredible to hear, Jeremy. Were you able to actually pick out any discrete features on the lunar surface? And if so, how do they look different than when you observe them in solar illumination?
We just see, the toxins on the land. For the Earth glow, it's sort of a quarter moon, waxing quarter moon, if you will. From the Earth glow perspective, it's just a signal. I just don't even know what I'm looking at yet in the Earth glow.
Understood. Thanks, Jeremy. One other question for you on the solar corona. Were you actually able to see any structure or color in the corona before most of it disappeared behind the moon?
Yes, I didn't pick up any color, but the form at all for the final composition.
Hmm.
Like it was always there. It was always in the 5 o'clock position. Blue. 3 o'clock was sort of when where I could see the flow.
Exactly what we were looking for. Thanks, Jeremy. And a heads up that we, calculated here on the ground about how long we need to see the corona for, and we expect it to start to appear.
Someone's happy.
in the next 11 minutes.
They saw the dust, yeah. He said he saw the dust, so. Yep.
Integrity Houston, we're following along as well. That was outstanding. If you haven't already, just reminding
I need
you
my
to
lunch.
swap
I need my
positions at the
lunch.
window.
And I don't give a fuck.
That
Lunch,
3
lunch, lunch, lunch.
was due to a beta
Coming through.
expected.
It's my lunch time. Lunch time. It's my lunch, man. I packed my lunch. It took me an hour to make my lunch. I'm happy. Actually, no, he ordered in. Dude, that was the best takeout ever. I want what he's having, Joey. We got to find out what he's having.
One more request for you, while it's still fresh in your mind, any annotations or sketches you want to make of what you're seeing either around the corona structures or even on Earth sign would be so appreciated. And if the annotations come in the next block where you're cleaning up your documentation, that sounds like a good plan.
She barking out orders. Best have my information, astronaut. Captain. You know I'll have it in your next report, since you said it.
This is Artemis Mission Control.
On the bottom right corner of your screen,
Best hat my
you have the
report.
Science Officer Console here in Mission Control. And we've been hearing that
Hey.
communication between the science
Hey,
officer,
when the astronauts get lunch, the people on the ground get lunch too.
specifically CSA astronauts.
Lunchtime. They had
Based on
lunch.
the observations they've been making during this eclipse period.
That's what this guy's saying. It's not fake, Joey. It's a submarine in space, bro.
Website.
It's not fake.
Updates on the velocity and the distance from
It's,
Earth.
it's all, you could do it. You could do it. You have jets, right? Do you believe in jets, right? If you believe in jets and you believe in submarines, that's all it takes, brother.
We'll continue to
All of this is all, look at all the stuff all around it. You know all the, you recognize all the technology. Let me shut up.
About 251,000 miles away from the Earth.
This chick's hot too, bro. She's fucking hot and her voice is nice too. Oh, Brian coming in. We don't need idiots over here, Brian. The phony brain. Boo. Phony Brian. Dude, Brian's so phony. Worst pick ever. Oh. He's gonna beat what was the guy's name? Phony ass Brian. Brian the brain. Brian the rotten brain. Bird brain. Brian the bird brain. Bird brain Brian. BBB. Don't be coming over here and infecting space with your stupidity, okay? The moon don't need fucking Brian the brain to be infected with blue balls. The blue ball moon. You fucking gonna he's gonna make the moon. Let's make the moon blue balls. Fucking let's yeah. Brian's gonna be like, let's take blue balls to the moon. That's what Brian's gonna be doing. No, sorry, Brian, you can't go to the moon. You have blue balls. No, dude, there's nobody gonna be allowed on the moon with blue balls, brother. You can't be on the moon with blue balls. Forbidden it. Go to the moon. Sorry. No, nope. Can't. Sorry. You have blue balls. We're all gonna be going. Yo, why? Hey, he can't come. He's got blue balls. Oh, you're right. You gotta go. Later, Brian. We're going to the moon. You got blue balls. You can't come. Oh man. Hey, let us know what that guy's eating for lunch. Hook us up when we come back. Oh man. Later, blue balls. Off to space we go. Hey, Brian, you should actually be really interested in this because maybe there's a cure for the blue balls on the moon. They're gonna go digging deep, you know.
For window team, Cena is supporting, and also window one, the long lens and window two, and the short lens and window two. And, Lee is in the window three. He is starting recordings and set up to see Corona.
Great. That sounds like a good config, and we're showing coronal effects start to appear on your video camera. So in the next few minutes, we should start to hear your observations.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the fucking camera's wired and it's going directly. That's why it's using so much power, this capsule. It's just pumping so much information out. All the computers and all the systems on there and big files. It is like a mini data center. And you guys, Brian and Joey wouldn't understand that shit because they're,
This
you
is
know,
observation
intellectually challenged.
team here in Houston.
You're not in my crew, Brian. You're not gonna make my crew, Brian, nor Joey. No soft cocks in my crew.
Portion of the lunar
Forbidden on my fucking spacecraft, all right?
With Jeremy Hansen in window 2 and Reed in window 3. Reed is focusing on observing corona, which is solar corona, which is the sun's outermost atmosphere. There is about 18 minutes remaining in the eclipse period.
Yeah, I know that all your scientists really glad we lost money because humans probably evolved to see what we're seeing. It is truly art. It is amazing.
Amazing. Thank you, Victor.
And one more logistics. So we have gone as far as we can. We have turned the TV all the way. So there's no bonus. Like we can we're you're definitely seeing the brightness go closer, definitely on the side, and so we're expecting to see
Hey, Brian, I'm sorry, brother. There is no cure for your blue balls. Sorry. You might need to go to like some kind of Avengers alternate universe kind of thing, dude. It's got to be like that for you, bro. I'm sorry. There is no cure for the Brian blue balls. You're a hero, though, man. You're a hero. You tried. You tried. You know, you tried. You should get credit for that, bro. You're a legend because you're like, you tried. You didn't finish, but you never got the chance.
it looks orange.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
About half point diameter. So, anyway, some of those planets that you might see or see it. So in unreal view, looking at the orbit on this one of the darkest things we see out the window, and now it's it is dark blue like it looks on Earth, but we can also still see stars. It's quite a wicked view.
Victor,
I'm not going to try on what it is. It's describable. It's no matter how long we look at this, our brains are not processing in front of us. It is absolutely spectacular, surreal. I know there's no adjective on I need to do to describe what we're looking at out this window.
This is just absolutely beautiful.
Why can't we see what they're seeing?
And Victor, we suspect what you're seeing is Saturn and Mars. That reddish object is likely Mars. Good opportunity to look to the future of where we're going.
I don't get it. If the cameras are tied in wire, hardwired to us, maybe once they come out in a few moments, they'll be able to dump the data. They're already dumping data to us. Why can't we show those images? Even images earlier. They want to screen it. They want to like sanitize it before they give us those images. It's bullshit, man. They could tell us. They're gonna tell us. They're gonna tell us the truth. Whatever's there, they're not gonna show us, bro. They could be mounds of gold or fucking plutonium or uranium or fucking who knows what kind of element. Maybe they discover a new element. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for a fucking rare element. But they would be able to see it. I mean, they should be able to like is it a spectrologically? That's hard. They've had scanners like that before. They abandoned. There's not a lot on the moon, but is there? I don't know. I have to talk to one of the guys I grew up with. He knows about that shit. He knows about the space rocks. Rock to the planet rock. Don't stop. Rock to the planet rock. Don't stop. You see, they can't like can I put the music on? No, I can't. I can't put the music on.
We are able to, with Mars, but we can clearly see Mars in the Earth time.
That's what one of the pits, I think. One of their main
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas.
Well, we have not seen an impact flag in the last 5 minutes.
Sounds unlucky, but you had a pretty strong start, so we'll see.
South Pole, near the South Pole on the Terminator. That one.
Amazing.
like it's constantly being hit by meteorites. Like the moon is constantly being hit by like space debris and meteorites. Dude, that's why we gotta. That's for sure. There's some there. That's why it's all the geology, all the rock people. I was trained in archaeology myself, bone and real matter.
It's pretty science. And as you look around our solar system neighborhood, you can see Saturn setting behind the moon right now.
Watching it close to the horizon, right and built to the moon.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. We are currently 5 days, 2 hours, and 44 minutes into the Artemis 2 mission, and we have about 11 minutes remaining in the eclipse at the latter half of the lunar flyby that the Artemis 2 crew is experiencing on board the Orion spacecraft. We've received several different call downs from the crew and questions up from the science officer here in Mission Control. One of the things that they said that they were able to see is Mars off in the distance, and then the science team also confirmed that they should be seeing Saturn setting behind the moon. They've also acknowledged seeing several different impact flashes, and these are flashes of lights from meteorites striking the surface of the moon. They've also mentioned the solar corona, which is the sun's outermost atmosphere. Here in Mission Control Houston, the Orbit 1 and Orbit 2 teams have officially completed their handover. So the Orbit 2 team is now leading here in Mission Control, and that is being led by Flight Director Diane Daly, and the Capcom here in Mission Control will be Tess Caswell. And you can see there on your screen on the right-hand side is the Flight Director console, and Diane Daly is in the far right of that screen, and Tess Caswell, the Capcom or capsule communicator, is in the far left hand of that screen.
Airlines from Disney. 4 o'clock position on the sorry, the 8 o'clock position on the Earth side. Saturn has set. Mars is tracking towards the moon surface.
Integrity science, we copy, and we're starting to see it on the vehicle stream. Looking forward to any coronal observations you can share with us.
This is Artemis Mission Control. That view you're seeing on your screen is coming from the solar array wing cameras outside of the Orion spacecraft. And you can see the light starting to come into view as the solar eclipse period is starting to end.
Integrity, still no strong structure this time. Continue to grow intensely.
Copy, Victor.
Whoa, it's on the other side now.
You still should have several minutes before the eclipse classes need to go on. And we can send you up a reminder when you're getting close to take your eyes away from the T reminder. You should be good for several more minutes.
We all think we're starting to see something. I believe the most popular term is baby hair. The light it grows in intensity and the horizon on the side becomes very distinct. You can still see Earth shine, even though the sun's brightness is never growing in intensity.
Love the description, Victor. I'm sure as the next couple minutes progress, more of those structures will continue to pop out.
Wow. We don't get any of the real images. This is like this isn't a simulation. This is like some camera. It's like a GoPro. It's literally a GoPro 4K image, I think. And it just isn't gonna it just really doesn't do it. You know? It's not really sufficient, but it's what we got. But I know they already got the images, bro. Guys, they had it. I told you earlier, if you go back.
Mission Control in Houston, Texas. The Artemis 2 astronauts on board the Orion spacecraft are currently observing an eclipse. And to the crew on board the spacecraft, the eclipse looks much like a total solar eclipse here on Earth, except the moon is much larger compared to the sun. Unlike a terrestrial solar eclipse where the moon and the sun appear the same size in the sky.
Only starting to see structure. That baby hair was really growing toward the 9 o'clock and the 8 o'clock. Almost as if they were reaching out for Venus or
What does that mean, reaching out for?
If you've ever seen the spotlight off the top of the Luxor at night in Las Vegas, it looks like what I want to see when it grows up.
What?
Glad to hear you're following your training of fellow legacy.
So far, it's pretty symmetrical.
Yeah, because it's the moon.
Two or
Spherical.
growing intensity to slowly start to widen. So it starts to
How long have I been live? My is my channel like on private or something? Why is nobody fucking joining this fucking thing? This party? That makes no sense. I don't even know what the analytics are on it. Right. All right.
Reminder for you, we are approaching the brightness level at which
You should no longer be using the viewfinder on the D5.
Wow. What is their delay time?
Thanks for the heads up.
This is Artemis Mission Control. Those
Some of it is going as it loads. Pointing
What is he talking about?
down toward the south pole of the moon, but it's going out towards Venus. And depending on how I stare at it, it looks like one large structure definitely has lists that you can see 3 or 4 structures inside. It's like watching a flame. It's like looking at a flame.
Oh, he's talking about that moon dust.
So it has
What is it? How? It's that moon that. What? What is that? What's happening?
We wanted to remind you at this point on the glasses. The button for those.
Are they okay? Let's find out if they're okay. Fuck the glasses. Man, okay. Wow. Wow, this image is pretty fucking cool too, though. You know what I mean? They should explain it to us. I don't know what we're seeing, to be quite honest.
This is Artemis Mission Control. The eclipse period is
It's so bright.
closed.
I can't
We did hear
like.
that call up that the crew now has to put on those eclipse glasses to be able to protect their eyes for this final portion of
Yeah,
the
like one's the
eclipse.
Earth and one's
This
the
is coming
moon.
to you from the
Is this
Solar
really from the?
cameras on the Orion spacecraft?
Wow. And there, a Brian, and there's still no cure. They went all that far. They took all the photos. And yet, you're still going to have blue balls. I'm going to clip that shit somehow. Watch. I'm going to go viral for your blue balls. You don't think so? Oh, boo. 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 Come on, dude. Who you booing? Who you booing? Come on, dude. Booing me. It's like worse than booing you. I'm the original. I'm not the OG. I'm the OB. Not the original bitch. The original boo. Boo. I started the boos.
This is Artemis Mission Control. There on your screen, you can see a live look inside of the SIR, or the Science Evaluation Room, here in Mission Control Houston, just down the hallway.
Nobody's having lunch now.
The Artemis Flight Control Room.
Houston, back with you after a data rate change
We saw 3 camera key low caution, no action for you. Just got a little cool during the eclipse.
Copy my request for the Mr. Clever thing about 20 news superlative itself. I'm going to have
He's correct. They didn't copy. They did copy it.
This is basically wrapping up your fly-by-day observations. I can't say enough how much science we've already learned and how much inspiration you've provided to our entire team, the lunar science community, and the entire world with what you were able to bring today. You really brought the moon closer for us today, and we cannot say thank you enough.
For sure. I think we're done. People, that was it. Oh yeah. Super prepared, man. 4 years to do a flyby. Fuck yeah. America. But Canada too. Couldn't do without Canada,
This is
man.
Artemis mission control. The lunar flyby observation period is starting to come to a close following that eclipse. And there on your screen, you can see a look into the science evaluation room, or the SIR, which is embedded within mission control to provide science input. And they provided that input throughout the live flyby operations today. They also have a back room called the Science Mission Operations Room that processes data, evaluates imagery, and supports rapid analysis. And then, of course, we have the science officer on console here in the Artemis flight control room, which you can see a view there on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. The science officer throughout the flyby operations today has been Kelsey Young, who is the Artemis Science Flight Operations Lead. And then to her left,
they're going
is
home.
Angela Garcia, who will be the science officer taking over for Orbit 2.
Oh, they're gonna miss a shift change. Man, yeah, that's crazy, man. They're doing a whole big old shift change right now. I think, dude, that guy got a late lunch.
And for the past 7 hours or so, the crew has been going through their lunar flyby observation period. And now they will wrap up that period and complete some final tasks and begin downlinking some of the amazing imagery that they've captured throughout the day, as well as some of the observations that they've recorded. And now on your screen, you're seeing a live look from the Orion spacecraft from those solar array wing cameras. The solar eclipse period ended just a few minutes ago, and during this eclipse, towards the end of the flyby window, it lasted about an hour, and it was when the sun was hidden from view behind the opposite side of the moon from the perspective of the Orion spacecraft and its crew. And during that time, the crew saw a mostly dark moon, and they used the opportunity to analyze the solar corona, which is the sun's outermost atmosphere, while it was visible. And then once the sun was completely out of view behind the moon, the crew looked for impact flashes, which they reported seeing multiple impact flashes, and those are flashes of light from meteoroids striking the surface of the moon.
Wow.
They also looked for dust lofting above the limb or the edge of the moon, along with some deep space
That's confirmed,
debris,
wasn't
including
it, Tom?
planets. And they noticed Mars off to the distance, and we also saw Venus on one of the solar array wing cameras
Fuck.
early on in the eclipse period.
You see
The
Mars.
crew also looked at parts of the moon illuminated by Earthshine, which is the sunlight reflected from the Earth when they come around toward the moon's near side at the very end of that flyby window.
Why'd you guys cut her off? Is C-SPAN done? No, something happened. I'm gonna use the washroom. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna start working out again, guys. I think you were done. I think that's it. That's the last image they're just broadcasting, so I think I'm gonna be done too. Wait.
Houston, understand that you are still reflecting upon and consolidating your lunar observations. At your convenience, I have 2 items related to the upcoming VIP event.
Yo, I want to be at the VIP event. Come on, baby. I'm VIP.
Wanted to let you know that the message for that upcoming event is on board for review at your convenience. That's message 3.06.04. The second item is that we've seen a couple of video clips in previous events. So during the HBCAO setup activity, we're wondering if Jeremy could please confirm for us that the TS rate is to 1,300 when you get to step 10. And for the record, the phenomenal Jenny has gone on to her next appointment of the day, and you've now got a test with you. No worries, happy to be here. This is Artemis, Mission Control. We heard some communication there between the Capcom or capsule communicator here in Mission Control, which for Orbit 2 is Tess Caswell, and the CSA or Canadian Space Agency astronaut on board the Orion spacecraft, Jeremy Hansen. They were discussing.
We're not done, people.
And integrity 3-minute warning for the maneuver.
They're gonna execute the maneuver or a maneuver? I thought that was gonna happen a while ago.
The crew on board the Orion spacecraft recently completed their lunar observation period. It was an approximately 7-hour period of time in which they were focused on several different targets identified by the science team here.
Yeah, they had it plotted out.
And prepared for ahead of time. And then they also were referencing a lunar targeting package that was uplinked about a day ago with those final targets. Now they are completing some post-lunar flyby activities, so they're working to clean up their
Yeah, there's
observations.
not a lot
and
they could
also
do at
working
this
to
point.
link some of the
They're
beams
probably
to
so far away
engage
from the
throughout the
moon
day.
at this point.
The science team here on the
They ain't
ground
taking no
will
more
work together
photos.
as
Maybe
much
still, but
as
they ain't
they
gonna see
can
much.
overnight. And then there will be a post-flyby conference
The
tomorrow
mission's
when the crew
over.
wakes up.
Now the
And
landing
it's
is now the
debrief,
crucial
setting science
point.
data collection to capture their nuanced experience while they're still in the field and the experience is still fresh. And then, of course, there will also be a public affairs downlink event later in the day. Now that once the post-lunar flyby activities are complete, and then after that, the crew will go into some of their final activities for the day. They will have a private medical conference or PMC with the medical teams here on the ground. These
Too easy for them.
regular science or regular conferences.
Such a
that
great
they have at the
mission.
end of every day, and then there's also a
Such a good mission.
they go into their pre-sleep period, during which they can complete hygiene activities, and they will have the chance to eat their dinner
Yeah, man.
and complete any other final.
They fucking killed it, man. Are you kidding me?
Their sleep period.
You know, they're training these geniuses to just do a flyby. Like the people that could command. But I think that's the point, right? I think they're going to come back and they're going to help train the next generation of people for that component. But I don't know. I think they're almost cheated, but they wanted to do it because it's their turn. If you're like a fucking astronaut, there are so few. And yeah, we saw that one movie, Apollo 13. Remember that movie? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Apollo 13 or The Right Stuff? Let's do a poll. Let me put a poll. I don't want to do a poll. Yeah, I could. I can. Yes, I can. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. It's all right. It doesn't matter. Where is everyone? Brian left. People come in. Like people like Brian, they come in like, oh, let me talk shit, and then they leave. What? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's that? What's that? What are we looking at? Oh, what happened? I'm telling you, they're hiding shit, bro. They can't show us all the reels, so they gotta go to a visualization. They can't show us all the fucking satellites or whatever's there. You know what I mean? It's not a fucking conspiracy, dude. This is all real. Western Mass, you don't get it. Like technology, we are in space, bro. And within our space, we are in space. That's why we have Space Force. You didn't know about Space Force? Space Force. Man, that signal fucking thing is fucking annoying. Fairly accurate. Beautiful fucking looking on the side. Very legible in the dark. Because it has its indices, reflective, aluminum like. Goodbye. And some people say, oh, don't, you can't buy watches on price. I disagree. I disagree. Like, I bought this, I didn't want it. I just had to buy it for the value. Don't buy a value watch. I paid $200 for a $500, $550 watch. Even though I don't like the color, didn't really want to buy this one. Right? Had many other chronographs. Was never interested in buying this watch. And I was like, oh, I have no idea. Like, what's wrong with that watch that they want to sell it to me at fucking at less than cost? Like, gotta be like cost for them in that range. Nah, less. It's like a little whatever. It's still, I bought that shit in the drop of a hat, and I got another one coming too. Another one. Another one. What are they? What was it? My percentage value? I forgot. I showed it on another stream of how much of a value it was, right? So it sells for right now 380 to $420, and I paid taxes, delivery, everything like $300. It was like close to a almost not quite a 40% savings, but it was up there. You know, it was up there, and I bought, so I had to buy it, even because the other ones were even more, right? The other ones were like $160 more. So for the value of the watch that I paid for it, it was I had to for just a different dial color all day. I always try to justify that buy because it was a complete impulse buy. I was like, oh, I wanted the yellow one, and I bought the green one, the green dial, for fucking $180 cheaper. And so for the price of the watch of what it was, which is less than $400, right? Or less than $500. I'm taking a cheaper one. All right, people. I think that's it. We're good.